Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game, as it's Danish side Viborg FF taking on West Ham United in the second leg of the Europa Conference League playoff. The Hammers have a healthy 3-1 lead going into this game, but all to do in the 90 minutes. The group stage draw, though, should the Hammers be successful, is tomorrow afternoon at approximately 1:30, and we will have a live stream right here on Hammers Chat. So should West Ham get through tonight, make sure you pop back at 1:30 tomorrow for the group stage draw and the live reaction as well. It's going to be a very interactive chat tonight between myself and the guys in the live chat. So if you're watching live, keep getting your thoughts in. Charlie will join me in a little bit, and then Charlie will be on his own as well. So he's going to need the live chat too. But without further ado, we're going to crack on with the West Ham team. It's European football. Means it's out a little bit earlier than usual. So we've got Areola in goal with the defence of Ben Johnson, Theo Kerrer, Angelo Ogbonna and Aaron Creswell, who is the captain this evening. But you also got Thomas Souček, Manuel Lanzini, Pablo Fornals, Maxwell Cornet, Said Benrahma and Gianluca Scamacca. Now, obviously some good news in there, some good players to see. Cornet, Scamacca, Benrahma as well, I think, is we are taking this seriously kind of intent from David Moyes, and I think we have to as well. I think it's important, not only do we get through tonight, I mean, we should be winning comfortably anyway, but that first 11 screams, we're taking this serious, no slip-ups. But not only that, we want to get the win. We want to get the confidence going. We want to get a couple of these boys scoring going into the Aston Villa game on Sunday. Now, as for personnel, Hassan Ashby must be injured because he's not on the bench either. So I'm going to assume he's unfit because he would be on the bench otherwise. So that probably picks itself a little bit defensively. Obviously, we're missing Vladimir Coufal due to concussion rules. He's not eligible for tonight's game. Declan Rice is suspended as well. So Moyes has not really got too much options defensively for this one. So I've got no complaints in regards to who Moyes has picked defensively. My only sort of slight concern is, and I'm going to say it now, is if that is an artificial pitch. For some reason, I've got a feeling it's going to be a 4G pitch tonight. And if so, I've got a little bit of concern with Ogbonna playing on that surface. But again, there's not much options. Otherwise, is there? Baptiste not on the bench either, who was on the bench last week. So I'm sure if he's available or not. And Kurt Zouma was obviously patched up. So that's the West Ham defence. Now, moving into midfield, I mean, there's one notable exclusion, which is Flynn Downs. And you've got to have quite a lot of sympathy for him, actually. You know, last week he didn't start because he had a toe injury prior. After the game, Moyes said that Downs would have started, but he had an injury. But yeah, he's not featuring tonight from the off. Souček's in there alongside, it looks like Lanzini and possibly one other as well. But no Flynn Downs. So I'm not going to lie, it's a bit disappointing. It's a strong team from West Ham. I'm not complaining about the team per se. Just I would have liked to have seen Flynn Downs. This is a really good opportunity for him to get some minutes under his belt to see what he can do, because there has to be a shirt up for grabs on Sunday afternoon in the middle of the pitch, and this is the perfect addition, essentially, for Flynn Downs to stake a claim in that team at Villa Park, but he's not been given it. And it's just another message that we're going to receive, which is Souček is undroppable regardless of form or regardless of how we're playing, how West Ham are performing at the minute. We're going to play with Souček. We're going to put Souček in. It doesn't matter who we're playing or how we're playing. He is playing. So it's a bit of a shame, really, not to see Downs. And it's one of them. It doesn't really bode well for his immediate future at the club. As for the rest of the team, I mean, can't complain too much, can we? Jared Bowen's rested up. Antonio's on the bench as well. So things go wrong and we need them. They're there. I can completely understand why Moyes hasn't called upon them from the off for tonight's game, and they're sat on the bench. So in regards to the attacking side of the team, no complaints. We're taking this one seriously. We're wanting to win tonight's game. It was tough last week. They were much better than I expected, and that was with them missing a couple of their players due to work permits. So therefore, I assume they're available this evening. So I assume that their side this evening's a little bit better than it was last Sunday. But with all that said and done, we're a Premier League team. They are Premier League players. They can all feature. Some of them will be featuring on Sunday afternoon as well. I expect the golfing clash to show tonight for large parts of the game. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little look at the West Ham United bench, and here you go. We've got on the bench for West Ham, we've got Darren Randolph, we've also got Heggie, as well as Kurt Zuma, Connor Coventry, Ekwa, Downs, Sawyer, Bowen, Okaflex, Mubama, and Mikel Antonio. So a serious bench for David Moyes. I quite like it, actually. I think it's a nice balance of sort of experienced players to call on if things aren't going great, get out of jail cards, if you want to call them that, but also enough youth on there too that if we do have a 2-goal lead tonight, obviously it's a 4-goal lead across the tie, then we can bring on 1 or 2 of the youngsters if needs be, give them a bit of game time, and give Downs a bit of game time as well. Just a bit disappointing not to see him start for West Ham tonight. Ideal opportunity, I feel. There's not many of them. When you're competing and you're trying to achieve something in the Premier League, which is qualify for European football, when you're trying to win silverware, which I like to think we are, you don't get many opportunities to sort of try out sort of your squad players, if you like. And I just feel like tonight was one of them. You couldn't put out a team just of rotated players, but I think there was room for maybe Downs in the starting 11 tonight. So that's my disappointment, if I'm honest with you. Now, before we go any further and take a look at the Viborg team, we'll do that in just a minute. And then I'm going to get very interactive with you guys tonight. So get your thoughts into the live chat as well. This video is in collaboration with James Stevens Associates, who are massive West Ham United fans who are proudly sponsoring Hammers Chat. Their words, not mine. I'm not saying that. They said they're proudly sponsoring Hammers Chat for tonight's video. They were specifically founded to help support housing associations. However, they will help any West Ham fan looking for a job, whether it's a fixed contract or a permanent contract. You can get in touch with them and they'll do their best to help you out. They're recruiting across all positions: governance, change, data, business operations, and senior appointments. So if you're looking for a new role in any of them categories, please do get in touch. The link to Dan's LinkedIn page is in the description below. Do go give him a connection on there. If you're on LinkedIn, please do click his LinkedIn profile, connect up with him as well. He's a massive West Ham fan. Chit chat about West Ham, and of course, if you're looking for a career change, give him a shout and he'll do his best to help you. But a massive thank you from us here at Hammers Chat to James Stevens Associates for sponsoring tonight's video. Right then, let's take a little look at what the Danish side are doing this evening. So in goal, we've got Pedersen. We've also got, I don't know how you pronounce half of these names. I'm going to do my best, right? And I'm going to reel them off once and once only. But definitely in goal, they've got Pedersen. In order from right to left, they've got Guy, Berge, Zaleto, Sorensen, who we know about, the left back that got the assist in the first leg last week. Liemens, Groning, who's their captain, and Jensen. They've also got Lonwick and Saeed with Grot up front. He was the big physical striker that caused us all sorts of bother at the London Stadium. Now, Saeed was one of the players that wasn't allowed to play at the London Stadium, that he wasn't allowed to get his visa. So he starts for them tonight. So it'll be interesting to see if that changes anything in regards to how they play. Now, I must admit, I was quite impressed by them last week. I didn't know what to expect, but even with that all said and done, I was still pleasantly surprised by them. I thought they were very good in possession, very comfortable in possession. I liked their movement, kept it narrow, kept it tight. It caused us all sorts of bother in the middle of the pitch. I was relatively impressed. The one concern, obviously, looking at our team compared to their team immediately, is Sorensen. In the live chat last week, there was a couple of people warning us that he was their sort of main creative force, despite being a left back, racking up the assists. And we saw it last week. Bowen goes off, downs that side, bang, in comes across. It's in the back of the net. And they've got to go back, and Sorensen's got the assist. So whoever's on the right for West Ham tonight is going to have to do the Jared Bowen sort of work off the ball and track back and help out Ben Johnson on the right. Now, there is a bit of rumour that West Ham have actually got a formation change this evening, but I'll be honest with you, I'm struggling to work it out. But we'll go through it in just a minute. But before we do that, let's take a look at the Viborg substitutions. Kellerich, Lawrenston, Sondergaard, Mortimer, Yatta, Thorson, Zamburek, and Berger. No idea who any of them are. But that's your Viborg bench for this evening. Right. It's on Premier Sports. A lot of people are asking where the game is. It is on Premier Sports TV. 6 o'clock kickoff, so we're 55 minutes away from kickoff. So it's not on BT Sports Night. Unfortunately, it would just been easier if it was, but it's on Premier Sports, which is where you found And we're friendly against Rangers. That's it. I was thinking I've got an account with them for some reason. Not a valid subscription. I've had to renew it annoyingly. But anyway, but there was a lot of talk that West Ham got information change. But looking at the personnel, I'll be honest with you, I'm struggling to guess what it could be. Obviously, that fits in with our sort of usual 4-2-3-1 on paper. Could it be we're playing three at the back and Creswell's tucking inside Kieran and Ogbonna, and then Cornet's actually a left wing back for this game? Or are we going 4-3-3, which is what I hope we do? It's a formation I'd like us to see play going forward. But then you usually need a bit more of a defensive midfielder for that to happen, and we don't have one out of that. Souček, he's not going to be doing it. Lanzini, Fornals, we don't really have a defensive midfielder in that team. So we're going to play 4-3-3. I'd be even more frustrated that we're not playing Downs, because we've almost created the role for Flynn Downs and not used Flynn Downs and just stuck someone else in there. So I'm sort of, I don't know, I'm trying to guess what it is actually. That's if we have actually changed formation. So we'll have to wait and see. There's cream vans outside. I'm gutted. You can probably hear that. If only Gonzo was here tonight, I'd be ditching him right now. So see you later, mate. I'm going to get a 99. Cornet on the pitch and Cornero in my hand. Right, so normally we do a little bet, don't we? But given the limited options for the bet this evening, I'm changing it up. In the live chat, what's your score prediction? I know I normally say wait till the end. I want your score prediction now. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the most common score and I'm going to put Skamaka to score first. And whatever the most common score is, in the next minute, we're going to throw it on. And that winnings will go to somebody should the bet win. 3-1 West Ham, 1-1, 2-2, 2-0, 3-1 West Ham. 3-1 West Ham is the most common one so far. Yeah, I'm going with 3-1. That'll do. I've already decided. 3-1. Right, let me do that. Let's see what this odds are coming in at. It might be quite good, actually. Right, West Ham to win 3-1. Gianluca Scamacca, 50-1. We'll have a bit of that. Right, £250 cash. £250. If Scamacca scores the first goal of the game and West Ham win the game 3-1, then we will give one of you guys £250. All you have to do is simply interact in live chat tonight. You're entered. As long as you make a comment, you're entered. There's no funny phrase because Gonzo's here. And also, I don't want this chat getting spammed because I'm waiting to turn to you guys to fill in the content for the rest of the show, really. So let's see what you're all saying. Get your thoughts into the live chat. It can be about the West Ham team. If you're excited to see anyone, disappointed not to see anyone, how you see the game going, any hopes, any fears, anything in relation to the game, get into live chat and let's have a look and see what you guys are all saying. Then sooner rather than later, hopefully, Charlie will join me and I'll have a chit chat with him as well as you guys. So Calm says that Kone and Benrahma will scare the hell out of them. I'd like to think so. I want to see that as well. I do want to see them having a pop at them. It's sort of, if I'm honest with you, it's the team that... One second. It's the team that I half expected to see. I think it's the same amount of strength I expected. I mean, there's not loads of options for David Moyes. When you look at the bench, Antonio was never going to play, was he? It was always going to be Scamacca. Bowen, it was either him or Benrahma, wasn't it? It was one of the two. And then you look at the rest of them, Zuma wasn't going to play. He wasn't going to throw any of the youngsters in, bar Ashby, who's unavailable. So I think the 11 sort of picks itself for tonight. But yeah, I would like to see a big performance from Kone and Benrahma. And Jordan said, could it be a 4-4-1-1 with Lanzini playing off Scamacca, a similar role to the one he played with Arnautovic? I mean, it could be, Jordan, but that's also the same as 4-2-3-1, really, isn't it? On paper, let's be honest, it's the same. If Benrahma's on the left of a 4-4-1-1, he's got the same role as he does on the left of a 4-2-3-1. People can argue, but you're not going to change my mind. It's very, very similar formations, just worded differently. Yes, I've gone for a trim, Gary. I've got a new hairdresser. When I moved, I had the same hair up in Aberdeen. I had the same hairdresser for, I don't know, over a decade anyway. So I used to just go in and speak to her and she would just cut. Like, I wouldn't even tell her what to do. She would do it automatically. Then when I moved, it was COVID time, so the hairdressers weren't open. And then So I had to get Mrs. I was like, you're going to have to do it. So she was doing it. And then she doesn't like doing it. And to be fair, I didn't like her doing it either. She wasn't very good, but she's not a hairdresser. So I had to go get a new hairdresser. I was a bit nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was like, well, hang on a minute. Where did I go? Like, I've built up a reputation over I built up a trust over a decade with somebody. It's gone now. I've got to start again. I don't like it. So, I went somewhere a month ago. She was really nice. And I went back there today and she started doing stuff without me really speaking again, which is okay, but it's a bit risky, isn't it? You know, she might just give me like a mohawk one day or something. So anyway, there you go. There's my hair story for you today. Not that anyone asked, but there you go. No, I'm not Moyes out. It'll take a long time for me to be Moyes out. It's not necessarily because I think Moyes is doing a good job. I was the same with Pellegrini and Slaven Bilic. It's like you can change the manager, but other things need to change at the club as well. Usually if the manager fails, it's because of the infrastructure of the club or something. It's not necessarily because he's performed badly. It could be the dressing room's really bad or something. I mean, look at Old Trafford right now. The managers that have been struggling, it's not because of the managers. Well, it is, but it's also because of the people in the change room. And unless you change that, then the next manager's going to struggle as well. So I'm always reluctant to be manager out kind of thing because I just think, well, what else is going to change going forward so that the next guy in actually succeeds? So, no, not for me. And surely, don't know why Downs isn't playing. And Golf Pro says Downs not playing is a big mistake. Josh reckons we've got a Skamaka brace come in. Well, Craig says a comfortable win. Well, let's hope. Let's see what you're all saying. Calf also thinks that Downs should be starting. Harry said it's weird to create a system that requires a pure defensive midfielder and leave our most defensive midfielder on the bench. It might not have a defensive midfielder. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Ryan's querying how bad Downs must be in training for him to not get a chance, whereas Alex thinks Moyes doesn't rate him. I'll be honest with you. From day one, I've been very sort of suspicious over the signing of Downs because given that we signed Warburton, and I don't know, when did we sign Downs? A week later? It was very, very, very quickly. We signed Flynn Downs. Flynn Downs' agent is the agency that Mark Warburton's daughter, who's quite high up, works at as well. It might just be a pure coincidence. And things in life, you do get coincidences in life, but stuff like that, come on, there's not a chance. It's like Will Salthouse here. So when we signed Downs, I was very, very suspicious as to why we've signed Flynn Downs or how we've come about the availability of him. Moyes, as we've seen with Kral, Vlasic, and initially Said Benrahma, he's very reluctant to play players that he doesn't bring into the club, if you like. So, well, I'm disappointed not to see him tonight. I'm not surprised, which is telling, I would imagine. Joe would prefer to see Kone off the bench to see him start against Villa. I kind of get that outlook, Joe, but at the same time, no, tonight's got to be audition night for some of these boys that they can actually get into the team against Aston Villa. Wesley is looking forward to seeing Kone and Benrahma on the wings. Gads says Downs not starting because Moyes is starting him on Sunday. I'd be very shocked. I'm going to say no. I'm quite confident he won't, hopefully, but we'll wait and see. Tommy is disappointed to see Coventry and Downs on the bench, hoping to see Skamaka score again to boost his confidence. Stazzy asking why we signed him. Carl's comparing Downs to Vlasic now, while Peter thinks he should hand in a transfer request. Amy hopes that we put the game to bed early and must change, put the Premier League performance ASAP. I agree. I'd like to be a couple of goals up at half-time, ideally, so that Moyes can start ringing out the changes. Must we like to see the same? Get some of the youth on if we get 3-1 up in the game. Seaside Hammer is more nervous than happy. I hope he's wrong. That's interesting. Why are you nervous, Seaside? Put it into the live chat. Why are you nervous? I'm quite content with the lineup. It should be enough to win tonight's game. We turn up with the right attitude, we should win. I think last week we weren't great. We were 6 out of 10, maybe. We won 3-1. You know, it was comfortable in the end. I do think the scoreline made it seem more comfortable than the actual game itself was, but happy days. Derek says 2-0. I'm happy with the team apart from Souček. Can only hope Moyes is not going to play him against Aston Villa. Aidan says hopefully a comfortable result that gives us a boost ahead of Sunday. As Snazzy says that this is what annoys him about Moyes. He makes his mind up on a player, and that is it. Kimbo says Downs must be gutted not to start, while DMH says it's crazy to risk Bonner. He's already injured. There's only other one player on that bench that can replace him, though, and that's Kurt Zuma, who's also injured. So I feel a little bit. I understand why Bonner's playing tonight. I can't sit here and say, well, where we're going to give Flynn Downs minutes, blah, blah, blah. Bonner's screaming out for minutes to get him back to match sharpness so that he can actually feature somewhere down the line in the Premier League. I mean, if we get through tonight, our first group stage game is on like the 10th or 12th of September or something like that, which is pretty quick. So there's only a couple of weeks. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good. I'm looking forward to it. I can't lie to you. I love European football, and this is just more of it. Away to some team that I don't really know anything about in a random location. I'm up for it, Gio. I'm up for it.
The chat are unhappy about lack of Flynn Downs.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I think the thing is, the thing is when you look at this lineup is Thomas Souček's the person who's been getting a lot of stick over the last couple of days. Like, people are looking at our midfield issues and sort of saying we need to change Thomas Souček. It needs, like, next Premier League game, I think most people would say we want to see Rice and someone else in that role, right? And so the fact that we've changed it up, but yet Souček's still the one who looks like he's going to be sitting there, I can see why the frustration would be there. For me, I would like to see him. I mean, especially, it doesn't really matter whether we're playing a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. If you're telling me you couldn't play Downs alongside Souček, then I don't really know why you wouldn't. We know what Lanzini brings. We know what Fornals brings. This is one of the few rare opportunities you might get to be a bit adventurous and try to see what players are capable of. So I would prefer to see him start today. But Moyes just for some reason is not super keen on him, and I don't know why.
Yeah, like I said, I don't actually have an issue with Souček starting per se, to be honest with you. No. It's the fact that Flynn Downs isn't starting. Yeah. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It's feasible. You could do both. There's just probably a case to be made for playing both, so that on Sunday, if we wanted to, we could play both alongside Declan Rice. So at least you get the partnership going in some sense tonight of Downs and Souček and see how they work as a pairing. And then you've got a little bit of evidence to go on going, well, what happens if we put Declan Rice in there as well and make a 3 at Villa Park? Mm-hmm. I feel like tonight was a good opportunity to try something that feels like we're just trying to play it safe. I think what Moyes is doing, and this is how I think Moyes sees it, he's playing it safe tonight by going with these tried and tested players. And it will probably be enough to win the game. It should be enough to win the game. But I just think there's limited opportunities to play Downs with a safety net, essentially. And I think tonight's one of those games, and there's not many. I mean, Blackburn in the League Cup is one of them. But correct me if I'm wrong, but that game's in November. So,
yeah.
What we're going to do, not play him until we play Blackburn in London Stadium. So it's just a bit frustrating. Garino wants to see a positive performance and a comfy passage to the next stage. Logan says he doesn't know if he's more frustrated Souček starting or Downs is on the bench. He was hoping for Ashby, but Ashby appears to be injured as he's not on the bench either. Wayne says he's a bit nervous, thinks the atmosphere and the players that couldn't play last week can make this significantly more difficult than the home leg. If we don't score, this could be a tense watch. I can understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, I think from a vibe perspective, maybe not from an overall game perspective, but purely vibes, the first goal is going to be the most... Like, if they score first, then all my days, is it going to be very squeaky from the get-go? And if the longer it goes on 0-0, it's going to continue to be squeaky even then. So I think there does need to be, like, obviously, get a goal, you win a game, grand old time. But purely from a sort of confidence perspective in terms of the whole team, I think scoring as early as humanly possible is going to be a good thing. Because then the players can sort of go... okay, a little bit, and then we can sort of move and try to play our natural game from there. Whereas I think even then you look at it and there's a little bit of concern going into the game, just to be like, they scored and all of a sudden legs go, you know what I mean?
I have a question for you, Charlie. Do you know if the pitch is plastic tonight? I assume it is.
Great question. I could probably find out.
I have a concern regarding Ogbonna potentially playing on a 3G pitch or a 4G pitch this evening, but
Fair.
it's just a little niggle. It's just a worry I've got, but can confirm I did not have a back-sacking crack wax, Gary. In all honesty, I still use Manscaped. They don't sponsor us anymore. So Manscaped's partnership with Hammers Chat has come to an end. Clearly, we weren't promoting them well enough, or you guys stopped buying them, or a bit of both. But I still use it. I'm still getting the Lawnmower 4 out. I don't mind mentioning it. You just can't use the code Hammers Chat to get 20% off anymore. It's not a thing. But
according to Wikipedia, the pitch is grass.
Oh, that'd be good then. Happy days. Reliable source of information, but we'll take that.
That's what I'm giving you. You're gonna have to take that and just to go with it. You know, I'd heard you having talks about haircuts, and I knew where the chat was going to go the second I rocked up, and it did. We're fine with that. So.
What are you talking about?
Just I saw people going, Gio, can you give Charlie your hairdresser's number? Blah blah blah. Blah, blah, blah.
No, I won't, because I like Charlie's. Man, like just utter caveman, aggressive.
It's about the longest. It's back to being the longest it's ever been with us.
Mate,
it's a bit ridiculous.
Listen, I've seen Dave Grohl with a haircut like that. I ain't criticising anybody.
I am as good a drummer as well.
For him, it's good for anyone else. But anyway, yeah, the West Ham bench. We'll pop on the screen for you. We're not going to read out Trevor. We'll pop up the screen. Just keep an eye on that. And Gonzo's away for the next couple of days. He's got a pinball festival. It's a bit nerdy. He's got a pinball festival though. So
I did wonder when he said in the group chat he was going away, what was happening. Fair enough.
He's away for a few days. So he's missing tonight's game, and he's missing the game on Sunday. So it's my birthday on Sunday, and I'm gonna have to ride solo because Gonzo's at a pinball festival. So nice one, Alan. Great way to celebrate my birthday. Doing videos on Aston Villa because Gonzo's playing pinball. But
well, you know, yeah, he's got his hobbies, and I respect it immensely. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, right, let's see what you're all doing. I'm trying to scroll as quick as I can, really. So if I'm missing you, I apologise. Keep your comments coming in, though. It's just that I'm trying to get to the bottom of the chat. Otherwise, I'll be here all night. So, anyway, you happy with the team, Charlie? I know you're looking forward to the game, but you're happy with the...
By and large, yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to seeing Kara again. I'm thinking the more I was a bit concerned when he came in because I was a bit like, okay, he's just basically an upgrade on Dawson or whatever, and I wasn't really sure what that kind of upgrade looked like. I like his passing, I like that stuff. Seeing Ogbonna again is always like, okay, because obviously we saw some bits and pieces in him in the youth team, and I was like, this is bad. Whereas he sort of come in and looked a little bit more assured, so I'm sort of excited about that. And then just seeing Cornet and Skamaka again, to be honest with you. I think Cornet probably playing on the right will be interesting, I would suspect, unless it is a 4-3-3, then maybe he's playing on a left. Or maybe it's a 4-2-3-1, and maybe he's playing on, I don't know. But apart from that, I'm excited.
He's got to be on the right. He's got to be on the right because when Moyes spoke about Cornet when we signed him, he literally just said, I've seen him at Burnley scoring goals from left. I've seen clips of him at Lyon scoring goals on the right, which gives you a bit of an indication as to how Moyes sees him, which is somebody that can play either or. And then when he replaced Jared Bowen, he was on the right last week as well. So I think Cornet will be starting on the right-hand side this evening, which, unless we're playing 3 at the back and he's the actual left wing back, but should we be playing a flat back 4, I imagine he'll be on the right-hand side of the attack, which is, I guess, interesting because then does that mean Bowen's position against Villa's under threat? Probably not. I think what it does suggest is Cornet's not starting on Sunday regardless of how he plays today, because if you're thinking of playing Cornet on the left against Villa, surely you'd put him on the left tonight then to get used to playing with Aaron Cresswell at least, just so you've got something to take from tonight going into Sunday's game. So I don't know, maybe we're reading too much into it, but Robert's saying, is it weird that Bowen did the press conference and isn't starting? I mean, it's a rule of thumb in football, isn't it? The guy that does the pressers starting, isn't it?
It is a bit odd, but I mean, ultimately I don't really care, but like, it is just a little bit odd. It's like having, I don't know, it's like having a different guy do the manager press conference who isn't even part of the coaching squad. It just doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? It's just all a bit weird. Why are you talking about a game if you're not playing? I don't know.
Yeah. And no, Fabianski on the bench, don't worry about it personally. We didn't do it. I know there was another game, I think it might have been a friendly even. We didn't take Fabianski and just left him in London, and Moyes basically said, why why would I bring him when I've got, I can take Randolph instead and just leave Fabianski and give him the day off. Personally, I would just assume that Fabianski's just got the day off, and that's it really. I think it's just Moyes managing Fabianski more than anything. And Kevin, it's on Premier Sports. You can watch it online, or you can get it on the telly, depending what service you've got on the TV. But it's on Premier Sports. Are you confident we're going to sign Paqueta? I have to admit, Charlie, I'm getting a bit excited.
Just call me Gonzo.
I nearly call you. I'm just used to it.
Graceful behaviour.
It's all the hair, isn't it?
That's what. Yes, very, very well. I'm more confident today than I was when the rumor first came out. I was like, oh, file this one under. We tried or whatever. It's not really. I don't really think it's going to come to anything. But the sort of rumors that were going around today, or the reports going around today of we're going in for a second bid and they're sort of closer than on expectation, on what's the word I'm looking for, valuation and everything. I was like, maybe we are. I still don't think it will happen, because I think the second we agree a fee, then every other club in Europe who actually really want him as well can just go, right, we know how much he's going to cost now. The thing is, the higher that fee goes, the less likely those teams might be to move for him. But I'm not confident it'll happen, but I'm more confident than I was, and I would love it. I don't know if people remember this, but last year when we were doing the Lyon opposition preview with Euro Expert, and me and him were just going on, like, before the show started, during the show, just going on about how much we love him. I think he's a brilliant player. I would die to see him in the West Ham shirt. But we'll see.
Just to quash rumours, Stevie, I never actually attended a Spice Girls tribute. It's just Gonzo thinking he's funny. Unsure which one I was at when Gonzo said it was a Spice Girls one, but I can't confirm it was a Spice Girls one. However, in December, I am away to a Rod Stewart one, so you can take the mick out of me for that if you want. But I don't care. Rod Stewart's my guilty pleasure. Love it. Can't wait for roll on December so I can go see Rod. But Saturday night, Kevin Bridges in Manchester, my favourite comedian. It's my birthday treat. Looking forward to it. And then I've got The Enemy. They're back. The Enemy are back. It's been a long time since I've seen The Enemy. One of my favourite bands. So I'm buzzing to go see The Enemy. So I'm going to see them. I think it's middle of September. I'll go see them in Manchester as well. So looking forward to it. But definitely no Spice Girls. Not that I've got anything against them, but
what are you talking? Spice Up Your Life is an absolute barnstormer. I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
It just wasn't really my kind of music. As much more girls allowed me. Much more.
Trust me, so was I. Spice Girls was a little bit too early for me. I agree. I'm hear Sound of the Underground and all that. I'm a big
it's a lot more than a £5, unfortunately. I think you got to pay for the month, which is £15. It's quite steep.
I think you could get it for $9.99 if you're looking at just the online version.
How do you get that?
I think if you're on the website, they have something called like the Premiere Player or something, where it's just online only. You can't watch it on television. But if you're watching only on the computer, then I think it's $9.99. But you'd have to double check, guys.
Yeah, I think if you're trying to get on the TV, it's £15 for 1 month online, or it's £10, but you've got to subscribe to the whole year. Anyway, why is everybody saying Paqueta's away to Forest? People troll in the chat. This must be a massive troll. I am not biting. I'm not. Like, listen, I'm not having it that we're losing him to Nottingham Forest. I'm not having that. So
imagine the scenes. I'd almost want it to happen just to see the absolute fire and fury kicking off. It'd be incredible.
Yeah. Anyway, what's your score prediction, Charlie? I'm going to leave you. I'll stick around for another 5-10 minutes, but before I leave you, I need to go sort out my Premier Sports. I went on Amazon Prime. It's on there. You go on the Amazon Prime app on the TV. Premier Sports is there, but when I click it, it doesn't say subscribe. So I went to earlier, just put on Premier Sports 1. It was showing like a rerun of a Real Madrid game or something, and just started playing the game. So I was like, so I'm not turned it off just in case I've managed to like. So I'm like, I'm not turning the telly off. It's like, have I got in? And if I stay in, I get to stay in. Do you know what I mean? But if I come out again and try again later, it's like, no, sorry, you got to pay for this bit. So I'm not sure what's going on. Either that or I've unknowingly subscribed and, Amazon Prime's just gone up £15 a month, but without me knowing about it. But I went through that route, so I'll just have to wait and see.
Listen, it's the best chance you're going to get. You know what I mean? When you accidentally find yourself, when you're walking back through the tunnel at the cinema, you've gone to one of the further screens at the far end, you're walking through. It's like, it'd be rude not just to have a little peek in and see what's going on in this screen. Oh, maybe I'll just hang around in this screen. Do you know what I mean?
Seats, you know,
There's no sitting there.
Same film again, but you know.
Yeah, reload it. Let's go. Why not?
2 for 1.
Saw many a film like that as a child.
So my tally's got Real Madrid on at the minute, so I'm hoping that it's still on when I go downstairs.
Fair enough. I'm pretty confident. I think we'll win. I'm confident on a dub. I think they'll score again. Just how many goals will we get? I'll go 2-1. I'll go 2-1, but a comfortable 2-1. I think it'd be one of those ones where they score, we score, but there's just a sort of general feeling that it's playing out at a pace where you're like, yeah, this is ours. We're not going to worry too much about it. I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1. I quite enjoyed what the chat said about a 3-1. I've sort of convinced myself that it's possible. I think we're going to concede, unfortunately. I was quite impressed by them last week. It's not like they don't carry any threat, because I think they do. I do think their shots were limited to long distance, though. I do think
that big guy up front. What was his name?
Grot.
Oh, what boy? He was
big.
He was, and you know me, I do like a big guy, and he was a big Donny, but he looked decent. Like you said, they did have quite a few shots last week, and there were not many troubled, but there was a period where they were taking consistent shots from range and just sort of popping it in, and all it takes is one of those to be a screamer. And, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, magic wand time. If you could wave your magic wand and 2 players have like a man of match standard performance tonight for West Ham, who are you picking? Who needs the big? I mean, Souček's the difficult one because he needs it, but then he stays in the team. He's the difficult one. I think Scamacca or Cornet's the obvious ones because they're new signings. Let's get the confidence going, kind of thing. I'll say Tiro Kehrer for my first one. I think he needs a big performance, a comfortable one. He was sort of at fault for their goal last Thursday, massively at fault for the Brighton one. So a game with no events tonight.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think first one I'd go Ben Rama. I quite like the idea of him continuing that form. I think looking at what we need right now in terms of our Premier League form and stuff, oftentimes you need someone with a spark who can just sort of take the game and go, I'm going to score. Like they get the ball and right, watch this sort of thing. And all of our players who are sort of doing that right now are a bit sort of him and Bowen basically aren't really doing it. Like Bowen's not really doing it. So I'd like him to sort of continue that in order to sort of give us that little bit extra against the Premier League oppositions coming up, in my opinion. So after the first one, I'll say Ben Rama. Second one, that was difficult.
Just before you do that, E20 James is saying, Creswell, a live chat, get involved. If you have a magic wand for one player tonight, it's a man-match performance, who are you picking? James is saying Creswell. My number one's Kehrer, and Charlie's is Ben Rama. I'll see what you guys are saying. The other one, have you got another name for me yet?
Fornals, maybe. Mainly because we know he's going to start, so it'd be quite nice if he had form.
The thing is, I don't think anything happens, though. He does that tonight. I don't think you'd benefit from it on Sunday. I don't think he continues it. Do you know what I mean? I've never felt Fornals as a confidence player. That Ben Rama, I can agree with that. I think, we'll see the benefits at Villa Park. But with Fornals, it's like a little bit Felipe Anderson that when the game stops, that's it. His performance stops and resets again on Sunday.
That's a fair point. Maybe Ogbonna then.
Yeah, Adam just said Ogbonna. I think that's a great shout.
Yeah, maybe a bit of Ogbonna. Give us a bit more options at the back. Maybe, I mean, if Kurt Zouma is carrying an injury, then it wouldn't force us to play Kurt Zouma all of the time. Coming in, give us a bit more confidence going forward that Ogbonna is at least close to what he used to be, if not the same as where he was when he sort of got injured, that sort of thing. I'd like an Ogbonna. Just that big guy, Grok, steps up to him and he just puts him on his backside. I'd be into that.
Yeah, I'll go with Scamacca, actually. I think Kehrer and Scamacca would be my two. Keith thinks Scamacca needs to step up. James says Creswell and Fornals both could start on Sunday, so they need a good showing tonight. I mean, Creswell's under pressure a little bit for the first time in years. We've got.
I mean, he should be, but the way David Moyes goes, he's probably got at least another 6 months till Emerson's ready to start in the Premier League. But I agree. I think it's going to be interesting what happens with Emerson. Just because Cresswell is so liked by David Moyes. You know, he plays him almost every single game, no matter if it's centre back or left back or what's going on, he wants to play him. So it'd be interesting to see how quickly there's any sort of vibe of Emerson getting into the team. I'm not confident it would be super quick just because of the way David Moyes goes, but I don't know.
Yeah. I get you. Anyway, while you're all here, please do drop a like on the video. Click the thumbs up. It helps the channel out. It takes you about 2 seconds. And also subscribe if you're new to Hammers Chat. We're live before every single game. Doesn't matter whether it's in the Premier League, Europa Conference League, the League Cup. We are live before the game. And in 5 minutes with our build-up show. Charlie then does the watch along. Then I'll be back at full time with the review, assuming I still have a voice. It's disappearing gradually during this show. Can you tell?
There's a gruffness to it that wasn't present at the beginning of the show. You know?
But anyway, make sure you subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. We're aiming for 35,012 people to subscribe to us before the full-time whistle in our final game of the season. Now that might be in May, might also be in June. Depends if we get to the final of this competition. That would allow us to fill the bowling ground as it stood prior to getting blown up by a movie film after David Sullivan cashed in. But that would be a nice little thing. I'll copy West Ham Fan TV. They want to do the London Stadium. We're nowhere near that big, so the bowling ground will do for us. But I don't mind. I prefer the bowling ground to London Stadium anyway. So
there's one before. We'll get there. We'll stand there. It's all about building blocks. Do you know what I mean? You can't go for one without the other.
Yeah. Anyway, happy days.
I'm
going to
confident,
disappear in a minute. Are you? Yeah, I think
I'm liking it. I can't lie. There's something about it.
As it's closer to kickoff I'm getting a little bit nervous. There's a lot riding on this. I want to win this competition because 3-1's a comfortable yet dangerous scoreline, isn't it? Because if they score the first goal of the game, then I'm gonna panic. I'm gonna be screaming with this strange voice. People at the street's going to wonder what's going on. What's happened to him? It's not going to come out well. I know what I'm going to be like, but yeah, we concede first. I'm going to be nervous. I want to win tonight. I not only do I want to go through, I want the victory tonight. Full-time whistle goes. West Ham have won on the evening. A couple of players have played well, got some important goals into us and stuff, because there's 2 ways I'm looking at this. One is to qualify for the group stage, happy days. But the other one is a springboard for Sunday against Aston Villa. They played and beat Bolton on Tuesday night in the League Cup. Now, I mean, it was quite an even game for large parts of it. And they went a goal behind and stuff. So it wasn't plain sailing for Villa, but they got the win. It was a 3-1 victory in the end. A couple of goals for players they need to score, like Leon Bailey and Danny Ings and stuff. Douglas Luiz scored from a corner, so watch out for that on Sunday. But they got the win. A little confidence boost is what they need ahead of Sunday, and I think we need one as well. I think 1 or 2 players need a big performance tonight. So yeah, I'm a bit nervous. I'm confident, but
I don't know. I feel like it's one of those ones where I think we're more nervous, not because of the actual circumstances of the game, but because of everything around it, and because of like our form in the Premier League and stuff. So it's one of those things where, good to see you, JG, by the way. It's one of those things where I think that's why we're more concerned about it than we are the actual game itself. I think when you look at it, people on the pitch we got are more than good enough to do the job tonight. Like, no matter whether we're playing 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, whichever way you look around it, that's a relatively strong lineup. A lot of those people you would say would be starting in the Premier League. A lot of them. There's very few that wouldn't be. And Viborg, the thing that kept me calm when we were facing them last week, even when they started to get quite a few shots off and stuff, was the fact that I didn't know how many more gears they had to go through. I didn't know how many more levels they could step up through. And although they are at home tonight, and although they've got those extra players, I'm looking at it, I'm saying, do you know what? We've got more than enough to do this. And to be honest with you, the fact that David Moyes has gone with a bench that he has with a lot of youth players almost suggests to me that he's confident about it as well.
There's nobody else.
Well,
who don't we have on the bench that we could have on the bench?
Fabianski. I mean, I don't know, but you look at, but it's not like he doesn't avoid putting youth players on the bench. He'll do anything to try and avoid it.
I guess so.
You look, and then like, don't get me wrong. It's not like you said, there's not many options. I guess you're not wrong about that. But I mean, what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 youth players on the bench. 6. Now, don't get me wrong, none of them are being substituted on. We'll see. Antonio will come on, flipping, I don't even know, Coventry might, but Bowen will come on, like the rest of them probably won't. But it almost gives me a little bit more hope that he's looked at this and gone, actually, yeah, I'm confident about this as well. And so I'm feeling it, GM. I'm feeling it.
Good.
Flipping group stage draw tomorrow. Let's go. Big dubs.
Good vibes. Okaflex is on the bench, Timothy. He's already there.
Yeah.
And I know Longello's not. I believe he's injured, but I'm sorry, but that's not an experienced player. That's another youth player. That would just feed into what Charlie's saying, which is he's picking youth players. There's no other senior players we could have picked for tonight's game. They're all there. Fabianski is the only one. But yeah, what's the point? You know what I mean? It doesn't make a difference. He's not going to be bringing him and Randolph on, is he? So, yeah, he's gone as strong as he can on the bench, really. Ideally, I'd imagine he would have preferred not to have taken Michael Antonio with him tonight, but he's took him just in case that we need a goal. I mean, to be fair, last Thursday, put him on, played half an hour, and he got a goal. It was perfect. That's what we want for Antonio. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't complain too much about the starting 11 or the bench, really, although I do think most of it picks itself. I think Downs is the only one. I think there was a decision to be made on 50-50 between Benrahma and Bowen starting. Apart from that, Kone had to start, Skamaka had to start, Zuma can't start, so therefore Obon and Kedder have to start. Johnson has to because there's no Ashby and there's no Sufal. Creswell has to because we can't use Emerson. The team picks itself tonight, I think. So, happy days.
Big dubs, it's happening, Jay.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to disappear. Before I do, I just want to say a massive thank you to James Stevens Associates, who are massive West Ham United fans and are proudly sponsoring tonight's watch along. And that's their words, not mine. I'm not saying they're proud to sponsor Hammers Chat. They said they're proud to sponsor Hammers Chat. But a massive thank you to them as well. They were specifically founded to help support housing associations. However, they'll help any West Ham fan that is looking for a new job, whether it's fixed term or a permanent contract. The link to Dan's LinkedIn. So if you're a West Ham fan, you're watching this right now and you're on LinkedIn, please do click his LinkedIn link, go over to his profile and invite a connection to him as well. Even if you're not necessarily looking for a change of career or anything like that, do connect up with him because he is a huge, huge West Ham fan that's kindly helped us out tonight. So massive thank you to James Stevens Associates for sponsoring tonight's video. Do connect up. LinkedIn, it'll take you 5 seconds and it helps the channel out as well. Makes us look good. He might sponsor another one. So a massive thank you to them. But anyway, Charlie, I'm going to disappear and I'll be back at full time, hopefully with a voice.
Hopefully with a group stage draw to be excited about, Gio. Enjoy yourself. Good luck. Rest of the old tonsils.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
See you later. Gio Mackie, ladies and gentlemen. He will, of course, be back, as he said, at full time to discuss the match at length. But between now and then, you have me. I will be here the entire time. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hope you're good. Hope you're excited. Hope you're feeling as positive as I am for Viborg versus West Ham United in the Europa Conference League. We are potentially 90 minutes away from the group stage, which is very, very, very exciting indeed. I'm hyped, as you can probably tell. And let's start by going through the teams just in a little, but just we'll put it out there. We're just going to put it out there. We've got about 15 minutes just over until kickoff. And so we'll talk about it. And as I'm doing that, I want your scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible. How confident are you in a West Ham result tonight? Now, while we do that, let's pull up the screens. Let's pull up the teams on the screens. Do you know what I mean? Why am I saying that in plural? I don't know. I can't lie to you. West Ham lineup as such. Areola in goal. Johnson, Kehrer, Ogbonna, and Cresswell in defence. Then we've either played a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. We'll find out. But Souček, Lanzini, and Fornals with Benrahma and Cornet on either side of Gianluca Scamacca. Substitute bench being Randolph, Hedgie, Zuma, Sawyer, Coventry, Ekwa, Downs, Okaflex, Bowen, Antonio, and Mubama. Let's have a look at some of these numbers. I have none. It is depressing me. I can't lie to you. I did have McDonald's about half an hour, maybe 20 minutes before. Enjoy yourself. I did have it about 20 minutes before the show started. So I have just eaten that. I can't lie, though. Throughout the match, I may have to go and grab something because, as Gio said, he's not coming back for halftime. It's just going to be just me. So we'll see. Stu, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. If you haven't already subscribed to the Disabled team, doing big Leeds content, doing big videos in general. Good stuff with Titch and CD West Ham fans as well. I would highly recommend that. Thank you. It's way too long at this point. I can't lie. It's way too long. Listen, I wish if there's ones available, trust me, I'll be on it, but I don't know if there's going to be any. So let's have a look at some of these. 3, about 7, 8, 2, very different vibes so far. We're massive everywhere we go. Exactly. Confident tonight. That's 8 out of 10. 8, 7, 7, 7, 8. Lots of see that confidence is now beginning to take over. Much more confident now. We've spoken about it, is all I'll say. We've spoken about it. I don't think we will, but we've spoken about it. Would be funny though. E20 James, my friend. Everyone, right, first of all, if you haven't already, subscribe to E20 Zone TV because James is doing incredible stuff over there. Good West Ham videos. But everyone, congratulations to E20 Zone TV for hitting 1K. Let's go. Man did it in a year. You've got to respect it. Big plays, puts in the effort and gets there. James, congratulations, my friend. I promise I'll message you later. I've just not been very well the last couple of days. But everyone, say congratulations to E20 Zone TV doing big things. Weak-ass midfield. You're not wrong. Was a 2 out of 10, but feeling a bit more chipper today. 7, let's go, Trouty. 8 out of 10, a flat free midfield. Potentially. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it ends up looking like. But let's have a look at the Viborg team. As Gio said, I don't really know how to pronounce any of these names. So I'm going to give it a shot. And then we'll just see how it goes from there. If you are looking for a link for today's game, stick around for the next, in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes time, I'll be letting you know exactly how you can find a link to the game. Right. They line up as such. Lund, Gay, Bergi, Zaeltel, Sorensen, Lonwick, Grotz, Groening, Le Mans, Bond, and Said, with a bench of Lauritsen, Sondergaard, Mortimer, Yatta, Thornton, Zambrek, Berger, and Killerick. If you're wondering where they are specifically, because they do the numbering thing, there is how the teams look in terms of positioning. That was actually done by Gia. Usually it's me, but Gia did it. So you'll have to see it. But that's the one time I'm going to try and pronounce any of those names. Still, word on the street is that Charlie protects us all after dark against evil forces. Just out and about, stopping crime, Michael. Stopping crime. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. Confidence is 5, but I'm excited to see the game. My favorite time of year. An awful start ain't going to ruin it for me. Yes. The fact that you've said all those negatives and yet you're still at a 5, I like this, Tommy. Hopefully we can live up to that vibe. Hopefully we can live up to that. You know what I mean? 8, think we'll win 2-1 tonight. I'd be taking that. To be honest with you, I'll take any sort of win tonight. Even if it's a really dodgy 1-0 smash and grab, I don't really care. I'll take that win. My main concern tonight is to get into the Europa group stage draw. That's what we want. We want to be in that. We want to be in that draw tomorrow. That's the vibe we're coming with. I think it's tomorrow. Early. I'm supposed to be doing the stream, so I should probably remember what time it is. But yeah, that's the vibe tonight. Even if we get a crappy win, I'm not fussed as long as it's a win. Obviously, confidence and form-wise, I would prefer a competent performance. But ultimately, if we do just get a win, I'll take that. I'll take that all day, all night. We made them look like Brazilians last time out. No, you're a bit OTT, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. They did look pretty decent against us, to be fair. I read that as Damian Priest originally. I got very excited. But Darren Priest, good to see you, my friend. 7 out of 10. Good for 2-1 win. We'll take that. Many kids are chippy. Oh, Dean. What did you get? What was the? Was it just chips? Did you get anything with it? Let me know. All right. How are you, my friend? Hope you're well. I need to tell you when Spanners is next week, mainly because I've forgotten and I need to know. There we go. Right. So if you were looking for a way to watch the game, because of course it is on Premier Sports 1 in the UK tonight. So if you've got Sky Sports, you've got Virgin, it's probably on there somewhere. I don't know the exact channel number, but if you're like me and you don't have access to it, then there are definitely ways you can find a link to the game. If you scroll down into the comment section, in the description, below, you'll find a bit there that says join on Discord. If you click on that, it's completely free to join. Ham's Chat, West Ham community, fans of all teams welcome. But more importantly, if you scroll down on the left-hand side, you'll find stream links and you'll find what you're looking for. Grand old time over there. Lovely people over there. If you're looking for a way to watch the game, I, of course, am in my holiday home in North Idaho, staying with this guy. He's here, just letting me chill out because, it's on Premier Sport 1, so I can't. That's just the way these things go. That's just the way these things go. But as Gio said, make sure to stick around if you haven't already, because we were the only West Ham channel last season who did a watch-along and build-up show for every single game last year, and we're hoping to carry that on as much as we can this year as possible. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. And hey, while you're down there, like the video. 300 is the goal. 300 is the goal. So, we'll be trying it. We'll be trying it. Would you rather lose to Viborg and Spurs or fight a Hippo? Viborg and Spurs, a Hippo would annihilate me. Hippos, I've seen them. Aggressive, scary things. I did not. Was he or was he not clothed is the important question, GP. I just really want to know. It must be getting better than the first few games. That's the vibe, right? We're low. We can only go up from here. Has helped me boost, dropping down a 10. You know what I mean? Kevin saying a 3-1 West Ham win. Timothy, cheers, my friend. Enjoy yourself. BT Sport, probably if you have the BT Sport package, it's probably on there somewhere with the Premier Sport again. Don't know how to. Just got no clue. Just not got a clue. In fact, let me just have a look at this then while we talk. This is going to be a 1-1 draw with no one getting close to Skamaka, us being frustrated at the end of the game. Maybe I can't act like I couldn't see it. You know what I mean? I can't act like I couldn't see it. I mean, personally, again, I would probably take that. I wouldn't be too distraught about that, even though it's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. But as long as we're in the next round draw, that's all I'm vibing. That's all I'm wanting. Not Mondays. I'm traveling to. It's happening on Monday. You going on Monday? Isn't it in September? I need to check my dates. Is what I'm figuring out very quickly. Is I need to check my dates because I've it's all going wrong. I'll message you. We'll figure out. Starting work tomorrow, 5 a.m. Hope we win. Can't be drunk again at work because of West Ham. Big ups. I can respect it. Yeah, I would say that would be bad. That would be bad. Oh, there you go. That's the knowledge we needed. Thank you, Josh. 412 on Sky, ladies and gentlemen, is the channel. Have a big old Gandon. Don't get by. I didn't know what that meant, Timothy, but I thought I'd click it and maybe say it out loud, and maybe that would help me. But still don't know what you said. But fair enough. Enjoy yourself. Hope you will. The full works, massive chips, couple of jumbo packs. Oh. Dean doing big bits right now. Dean, you love to see it. Chuck, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a grand old day. 9, 8 in the confidence levels. Let's go. Charlie, how you had Danny DeVito, don't you? Didn't you get it last winter? I got it. Yeah, we got it at Christmas. So I'm not willing to say it's DeVito's fault yet. But Tommy, you might be on saying, but I'm not willing to say it. No. I'm not willing to say it just yet. Ray is wrong. Don't ask Adam Frankel because he'll say that it is me as well. Bad. Duke, my friend, how are you, sir? How are you? If you haven't subscribed to Forge from Irons, check out Duke and Gatesy doing huge plays over there. How are you, sir? How are things? How are things at the tavern? Are you working tonight? I don't know. I hope if you're not, you're having a grand old time, and I hope if you are, it's a calm night. It's probably not. Well, it's Thursday, so maybe it is. Who knows? Mulch, good to see you. Very strange that both you and me got at Christmas. Listen, he comes for us all at that special time of year. What that means, I don't know. Contacts me, Craig. Yeah, you're not wrong. Josh, that would be a very Charlie move. Just two massive blokes up front. Just two absolutely massive blokes. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Is that 7:30 tonight? Bruv, big. Subscribe to Fortune Wine so you don't miss out on this. This is big, bruv. This is big moments in life. you need to be getting involved with. We are 5 minutes away from kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. So what I would ask you all is, if you haven't already, to drop in your score predictions now. Let's get that going. Let's see where we're all at as a sort of unit. And see what the vibe is going into the game. We are like 5 minutes away from kickoff, away at Viborg, where we can only hope for the best. I am trying to find the TV channel that it is on in North Idaho to let you all know what I'm doing right now. It's going to happen at some point. It should probably happen on here. I haven't figured it out yet, but it will happen. It won't happen tonight, because Jesus Christ, I just ate McDonald's, and I don't know if I can have a kebab within an hour of having McDonald's. Well, could I? Yes. Should I? No. It's probably a better way of putting it, but still. Look at that. Big 5-1, says Chris. You love to see it. Callum, you're looking for a link for the game, my friend. They are available if you're looking for one. They are around. I would highly recommend you checking out the Discord in the link below. In the description below. Can we talk about how we are playing and less about chips? We literally have not kicked off, Turbo. So no, we physically cannot. Okay, we are probably waiting to stand up. How's about them baffles? I hope you enjoyed that. Back to chip talk now, sir. Back to chip talk. 2-1, 2-1, 2-0, 2-1, 2-1. I hear that Moyes bought a delicious fresh cream cake and he is not prepared to eat it until November. Listen, it's the sort of thing he would do. 1-1, 2-1. Oh, Paul, that's a strong shout from you. It's a strong shout from you. Maybe is all I'll say. It's a strong shout. Bet on 3-1. Yeah, we were talking about it before. That kind of makes sense. West Ham on pens. Blood. Dan. Dan. I don't know if my heart could take it, Dan. With Ray Winston. Maybe. 8-2 to West Ham. 2-1. 2-0, 2-1. 8 flipping 2. I would be obsessed with that. Sean, link in the description below. Check it out if you haven't already. All gone downhill since Hugo left. I mean, those are just the facts of life. Personally. Simon, watching from Pittsburgh. Hope you're doing well. Hope Pennsylvania's treating you well, my friend. Hope you're good. Simon, Ogbonna scores from a set piece there. I said it. I would love it. It would be huge if that happened. I'd be big into it. 3-0. Who's on penalties? Probably Lansing. I mean, I don't know who it would be. You actually going? Oh, nice. Enjoy yourself. Oh, sorry. It's on Paramount Plus in Idaho. There we go. Thank you very much, Logan. Thank you. That's the info I needed. 3-0, 3-1. Premier Sports 1, Prime Sport 1, says Kevin. Hope 3-1-4 when we got a big win, something to prove. Love that. 2-2, I got a feeling. I'll take it. Listen, we go through, Leon. That's all we need. Turbo, what I want to know is your top 3 fruits, please. That's all I need from you. Thank you very much. You specifically, no one else, just yours. 4-1, 3-0, 4-0. What jersey? It's a Garfield Orange Cassidy t-shirt. It's the way I'm living my life today, you know. Special. Thank you very much. Stu, thank you very much. We're at a solid 235 right now, and 300 was the goal. We're going to get dangerously close to that pretty soon, potentially. 4-1, 2-1, changing it up. 3-2, okay, 4-1. What does he say? Thank you for the crystal snacks. He's a wrong one, is all I'll say. That's all I need to talk about that on Gonzo's behalf. He's a good 8-0. That's all I need. There may be. Listen, go on to at a top mark. That might be something you see incredibly soon. Who knows? That's something I would recommend you do. Have I been redoing the graphics for that channel? Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. A top mark. Subscribe. And shout out WCW. Big place. 1-0. Love that, Smeet. Good to see you, Clips. Snedden. Infamous Snedden, that's James from the Anvil. Snedden, infamous criminal, of course. Shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to kick off in just a couple of minutes for West Ham United versus Viborg in the Europa Conference League. We are wearing the 3rd kit today, which is quite exciting. But before that, I have to tell you about our sponsors today. That's James Stevens Associates. They are a recruitment partner who are first and foremost massive West Ham United fans who are sponsoring Hammers Chat this evening and sponsored both the build-up and the watch-along. So thank you very much for that, sir. They were specifically founded to help support housing associations, but are more than happy to support other West Ham fans with hiring needs on permanent contract or fixed term needs. They recruit across regulatory compliance, governance, change and transformation, data, business operations, and senior appointments. So if you need help with recruitment, or hey, you just want a lovely West Ham conversation, reach out to Daniel. Contact details are in the description below. Check him out, hit him up on LinkedIn, or alternatively, of course, his email is in there as well. So we are just a few moments away from kickoff. The game is once more on Premier Sports 1 in the UK. Elsewhere, it's on other places, Paramount Plus in the US, for example. We're wearing our third kit, which is very exciting, the white and orange. I, of course, have a timer up here, which will say exactly how far behind you I am, because as per usual, I'll probably at least be slightly behind you. But I'm confident, I'm vibing it. Although they're a bit on the ropes at the moment. Although, to be fair, last couple of shows have banged, but they've been a bit on the ropes for a little while. But let's go. Let's go. I'm very excited for all that. I can't lie to you. Let's make it happen. Come on, you Irons. It's time to run two things, ladies and gentlemen. One last time. If you are looking for a way to watch the game, scroll down into the description below. There's a bit there called Join Our Discord. If you click on that, it's completely free to join. West Ham Hammers Chat community, fans of all clubs welcome. But more importantly, on the left-hand side, if you scroll down, you'll see stream links and you will find what you're looking for. It is Viborg versus West Ham United in the Europa Conference League playoff. A massive opportunity for both teams. Viborg have a hill to climb, 3-1 down. West Ham, we're looking to get into that group stage draw tomorrow. I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for that. Here we go. Here we go. It's got to happen, Rupert. It's got to happen. Here we go. Viborg at home will kick off. Pull up a timer so I can get it ready. Like I say, I'll have this up here to say exactly how far behind I am. And Viborg is underway. Come on, you Irons. Deploy the boys. It's time to run two things, ladies and gentlemen. It's Viborg. It's West Ham United. It's live, to quote that thing. Gary Breen is one of the commentators. That's very exciting. That's very exciting. I'm not going to be able to hear him, but I just saw the word Gary Breen rock up, and that was hype. Nice early pass there through from Viborg, looking for an early chance, pulls it across goal, and it's cleared away by Ben Johnson. But a big early opportunity for the Danish side, and the crowd roar. Whipped back in from the opposite side from Viborg, headed away by Ogbonna, but they still have connection on the ball on the edge of the area, but nicely just bundled away by West Ham. Skamaka can't get on the end of it, and it's a bright start from Viborg. They're trying to whip it in again. Easily controlled that time from Aaron Cresswell, who that's a nice ball forward to what looks like Saeed Benrahma. It does look like we're getting Saeed Benrahma on the left and Cornet. Well, maybe no. Maybe Cornet is on the left. I can't tell yet. We'll have a little see as it goes. Johnson on control of the ball on the far right-hand side. West Ham's first opportunity to get forward. They instantly turn and pass backwards because, you know, that's how we vibe. That's how we vibe along the floor. Along the ground to Maxwell Cornet, who is actually on this left-hand side, but a poor pass, and it's going to be a Viborg throw. He's left that one quite easily, and I don't need to. Troj, I wouldn't worry too much about it because there are mods who should be on top of it. It usually happens just before kickoff or just after. We've got a few mods in there who should be getting on top of it. Hopefully that'll happen soon. SCW, first of all, welcome, shout out. I want to know your favorite current day wrestler. That's what I want to know. But also, there is a link in the description below for our Discord. There should be links in there momentarily, if not already. But have a look down there. Have a look down there. SCW. Also, I'll be real with you, Troj. On the account that I'm currently logged in on the Discord, I don't have the powers to even give you that power. So I do on my main account, but I don't have it on my current account. So I wouldn't worry too much. I can't really do much for you. I apologize, but the mods should be getting on top of that. Just a flying visit. I'm still working. Woody, my God, you're missing an exciting match. Hope you get home in time to at least see some of it. But I'm good. Well, I'm good, bro. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Whipped in from Viborg again, but just straight into the front man. That's Lanzini who got that one. Starting again very deep. Skamaka and Cornet maybe sort of the only two really with any sort of presence up front when we're sitting that deep. Though Ben Rama moving around nicely, calling for that one well, picks up on the left-hand side. He's sort of maybe getting a little bit of a free roll for Ben Rama potentially. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Thomas Souček is definitely the sitter though. He looks alongside potentially Lanzini in that sort of deep lying role. I haven't quite figured out where Fornals is yet because he seems to move around a bit. But it definitely does look like to some extent Souček and Lanzini are there. Could potentially be a 3 with Fornals playing wingback, you know. Oh, it's into the path of Ben Rama. This is a nice opportunity. Tried to shape for a shot, couldn't quite find it. Souček out wide now to Ben Johnson. Say what, Viborg fans are loud and proud today. Whipped in. Oof. Skamaka almost close. Ball put in from the right-hand side from Ben Johnson. Gets forward into a good position. And it was a difficult one for Skamaka, but he does get his head onto it. It's a difficult one, though. A difficult one. Still Jericho has his hammer. I mean, fair enough. Just that video on the club channel, like last week or whatever it was with Carlton Cole, up the Carpenters. You'll have to see it. I can't help you, Ryan. I can't help you, mate. I wish I could, but I can't. AJ Styles, thanks, buddy. Keep up the great work, please. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But AJ Styles is a huge option. He's unreal. My man, I don't know when he's going to stop. He's in his 40s, and he's still just pulling out bangers left, right, and center. It makes no sense to me. He's incredible. Scott, how are you, sir? Hope you're well. Hope you're having a grand old time. Higher tempo on the press so far. We've been missing that last couple of games. Yeah, definitely. We'll see how it goes a little bit more. Viborg again have the ball. It's a throw in on the left-hand side. Looking for maybe a Rory Delap special. It looks like they're lining up for one. Everyone is in the box. There's not even a player within about 20 yards of him or something. So we're going for a big old Rory Delap throw. From this left-hand side, he fires it in. Looking towards Grot, maybe can't quite find it. And now West Ham can counter, but it's well defended. Well defended quickly. A good sliding challenge, clean as you like. Said, who's out on this right-hand side, one of the players who couldn't travel last time, who couldn't travel to the ground last time because of the Brexit stuff or whatever. Getting in. Oh, it's a nice ball in, but it's good block from Kera. And West Ham clear it away. I tell you what, Viborg starting brightly though as well. Both teams are starting relatively brightly, but Viborg definitely Gianluca Scamacca fouling the Viborg player with a swinging arm, it looks like. It was a bit 7-on-7 violence there. He's just sort of putting his arm out to sort of just hold the player off, and the point of his forearm just does go straight into the Viborg player's face. I don't think it's going to be anything more than just a warning, because I don't think he meant that by any stretch of the imagination. But we're getting a look at opportunity again here. Said does well down the right-hand side, lays it short before it's played inwards. And again, just quick passing. They're doing well, Viborg. They're passing it around in a sort of quick fashion in ways that we don't like. We're not keen. We're not keen on. Do you know what? I would say this. I'm not against it. I don't think it's very West Ham, but as a kit in general, I'm all right with it. Is it a West Ham kit? I don't know. But in general, I think it's all right. I think it's an all right kit. You know? I quite like it. The sort of things going on. Quite like it. I just don't like cutting my hair. I can't be asked. Don't know if Moyes has that excuse of saying he can't be asked, but I do. MJF and FTR, everyone. Wow, listen, FTR are just insane. MJF is obviously an incredibly good professional wrestler in a lot of ways, but FTR, my God. I remember seeing them at NXT Takeover London, which I went to, and everyone was chanting which one's Dawson, which one's Dash. And like at that time, I was like, yeah, whatever. And then just their NXT run just kept getting better and better and better. Went to the main roster with just whatever, Vince McMahon. And then they left and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, guess what? We're still the best team. And it's just like, oh, they're just so good. X had a change formation. Is it a back 3-5? I know you've probably covered this, but I feel for Downs already becoming. Yeah, I think I feel for Downs as well. We had a big conversation about it in the build up. I can't tell. It could be a back 3. To be honest with you, there's a sense of it might being that just because Fornals is so. Every time I see him get the ball, he's on the touchline. But I think it is maybe a 4. I think it is maybe a 4-3-3. Although I can't quite tell yet. What does everyone else think? What does everyone think? Good to see you, Joan. It is on Premier Sports 1 is the channel it's on in the UK. But I hope you're well. Hope you're going on. I don't know why they're not showing a second leg. It makes no sense to me. West Ham getting forward, down this right-hand side. Referee's blown up for something, a foul to West Ham. I think the initial arm wavement looks like something. It's difficult to see with that sun over the other side, but it was a foul by their number 8 on Cornet. Went in just a little bit hard. He looks like Austin Broom. I don't think it was necessarily that deep, if I'm being honest, but there we go. We move. Schizo, good to see you, my friend. I think I saw you before and I forgot to say it, but just good to see you. Hi, all. Mum is home and we're watching the game. Nice away kit. Natasha, good to see you. I hope you're well. Listen, our third kit with it's a bit Blackpool, but it's a bit Blackpool. Oh, Johnny, yes. Oh, it was so good. American Alpha, another unreal team back in the day. Whipped in from Cornet from the free kick. Just Tomas Soucek gets his head on it, but it gets a bit underneath it. Goes very up and over the bar. It was one of those ones where he's just sort of trying to flick it up and over into the goal. Someone was a little cheeky kind of header. Didn't quite work out. And unfortunately, it's a goal kick. Goal kick to Viborg, which one of their outfield players would take. Revival versus American Alpha was unreal. Oh, American Alpha was so good. Was so good. I mean, I still think Chad Gable was like the best. I love Chad Gable so much. Shoosh. I love that stuff. I can't even act like I don't, but he's in ring. He's just unreal. But American Alpha were great. I love that storyline as well. Of him like trying to get into it with the like T-Town. Ready, willing, and Gable. Let's go. You do have to pay for a subscription for Premier Sports, but I'm not sure if it's a part of BT or Sky. It might be. I'm not certain. I don't think it is. I think you do have to pay a subscription, but potentially I would have a look. I think for some reason, I feel like Virgin Media has it. I don't know why. That, or you can pay for an online-only subscription, which I think is £10. Or you can do what I do, which is move to America and just watch it. You know? Ben Rama does well to get the control on that off of Lanzini. Charges 40, puts it into a dangerous area. First time. We're going to win a corner off it. I don't think we needed to necessarily. The goalkeeper was rushing out and probably could have had that, but the defender just made sure there was no doubt and just punts it clear into touch. We're going to get a corner from it on the left-hand side. Ben Rama, it's not a bad ball in. It wasn't going... It would have taken a lot for a player to have been there. There wasn't really anyone in it. It's a good position, though, and a rare thing for him. We take the corner quickly, though, on this left-hand side. Quick 1-2 between Fornals. Cresswell tries to whip the ball in. It's knocked away. Johnson then spreads it back across to Ben Rama on this left-hand side. Whips it in. Can't quite... That cross was significantly worse than the first one. We've got to be honest about it. And now they can come away. Viborg flying forward, although Ben Johnson just... bundled over by the guy who fouled Cornet on the other side, and it's a free kick to West Ham in a sort of middle of the park position. Well, cut my crumpets and call me Clifford. It's tremendous, Charlie. How are you, madman? I hope you're well. I hope you're having a grand old time. Shout out to Clifford, the big red dog. Do you know what I mean? I'll be honest with you, Budgie. I don't know. I can't quite figure it out. Is it on Amazon Prime? That's good info I could use if it's on Amazon Prime today. I didn't think it was, but is it? Someone let me know. I'm not sure Budgie is the answer. I think it's a 4-3-3, but Fornals is so far on this left-hand side that it's making me think it might be a 3 at the back, although I'm really not sure. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, is this a three at the back with four now? So you sort of have Ogbonna, Kera, Johnson. No, and who would be at right wing back? It can't be then. No, with Cresswell, Ogbonna, Kera, Johnson on one side, Fornals on the other, Lanzini and Souček in the middle, and then a front three of Ben Rama, Scamacca. Maybe that's what it is. I can't fully tell, but the positioning of it is just kind of weird. I don't have them, Ryan. I'm sorry. Although I'm enjoying this story that you're building, but unfortunately, I do not have your children. Okay, fair. I was going to say, because if it was on Amazon Prime, my day just got significantly better, but no. 343 says P-Gads. Yeah, I reckon that's what it looks like, right? I know nothing about NXT. Grayson Waller was on Australian Survivor and I want him to succeed. Let's go. Is Grayson Waller the one who's in AEW now? I can't remember his name. What his name was in NXT. The guy who's just rocked up in AEW was in that. Is in the Truth Busters? I don't remember. My brain's on football talk now. West Ham trying to flick their way forward. It's not been a bad performance from West Ham. It's not been particularly lightning so far, but it's not been bad. I think Viborg have maybe been slightly the better team, you would probably say, although again, not by a very large margin or anything, but you'd say there's potentially something going on. But it does feel like we have the opportunity to damage them here. Yeah, I do think it's a 3-4-3. I do. I think Fornals is so wide. And it does look like there's a level of centralness to Cresswell's game. So I'm going to say it's a 3-4-3. That's my bet. Ryan with the £2. I can't, but thank you very much, Ryan, for the £2. Ryan, if I had him, I would, but I don't, so I can't. I'm sorry. It's just one of those things, mate. It's just one of those things you're going to have to speak to whoever does actually have him. Unfortunately, it is not me. It's not me. I'm sorry, Ryan. I wish it was so I could, but I can't, so I shan't. Yeah. West Ham playing it out wide, looking for Fornals, can't quite keep it in. It's going to be a goal kick, a through ball. It was a nice idea, but it was just over here, and it was just never really going to happen, was it? Just never really going to happen, was it? Do you think the third kit would be better if the orange on the hem went all the way around, not just at the front? It's a bit weird that it's just at the front in it. It does look like an accident a little bit. I will say that. I can respect that as an opinion. Maybe. I just to be honest with you, I just think when you look at it and you say it's a white and yellow kit, it's just not very West Ham. I think that's the bigger problem. I actually think as a look, it's not bad. But I don't know. Gonna have to change the timer because the North Idaho Television Network has just skipped a large amount. I'm gonna guess it's like here, and then when I can actually see the timer again. But it was a good opportunity from West Ham. Scamacca takes the shot, and it's just palmed away. I saw it mid-skip. It was a good shot from Scamacca on the edge of the area. Gets the opportunity, and it's just palmed away in the end by the Viborg goalkeeper. Viborg going to take a corner, though. It's gone up the other end. They're taking it from the left-hand side. It's whipped in, easily headed away, but shot comes in again, deflects up and off. Going to be another corner to Viborg. It's got a vague NBA vibe. I can see what you're talking about. Did he, Ryan? That's very nice. Has got to stop doing Premiership European games. That's mad. In hit from Viborg. High and wide. One of those ones that drops on the edge of the area, hits it, he just completely slices it, and it was a very Charlie Walsh finish in the end, is what I was saying. A very Charlie Walsh finish. Johnny, I would suggest that you look up A Top Mark on YouTube. and you might find what you're looking for, my friend. It is currently in hiatus because I have an insane amount of work to do, because I'm a freelance video person, so it's sort of on hiatus right now. Although I can say right now that there may or may not be a SmackDown watch along coming tomorrow night. Who knows? A top mark. I would maybe recommend you have a gander. Listen, am I going to dance? Well, maybe if the baby bells are good. If the bell hits. Yeah, we're not at all. We're not at all, Stu. It's a bit awkward right now. Well, we are sort of, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm confident we'll get there. It's just. I would say too early. But listen, if the people backed it, the people backed it. That's another good opportunity for Viborg. They're coming flying forward here. Oh, it's a poor pass, but they've still got possession of the ball. Maybe a shot from range. Hits it. Oh, it flashed across goal. All of a sudden, I didn't think there was much danger to that. It was a shot from range that I was like, meh, whatever, who cares? That one was not going anywhere near. Maybe he tried to pass the ball like that. But he hits it. It's one of those ones where it flashes in front of goal. It was always off target, but there was a moment where I was a bit scared there. FG, there are places you can find the game, my friend. So maybe that's something we can figure out, Scott. Maybe that's something we can figure out. Oh, it's a nice idea to try and play it down the line, but couldn't quite get there. It's going to be a West Ham throw, though, in Viborg's half. Yeah, it's not the best start you've ever seen from West Ham, but in context of where we have been in the last couple of games, it's far from the worst either. It's certainly not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. Viborg, that's a nice ball by Fornals to Bet Johnson, who tries to play it across the first time. Ooh, it's close. Lanzini short to Skamaka. West Ham have a good opportunity here. Enough people forward, but can't quite find that final pass. Viborg defending very well. Strong defended by Viborg. Nice position. Oh, Pablo Fornals. Nice back heel into the path of Ben Rama down the left-hand side. Viborg defending well and strong. The formation is good. Whipped in from Fornals towards Skamaka, but nodded away from the Viborg defender, just intercepting it. West Ham maintained possession of the ball just outside the area. Souček out wide to Johnson. Looking to put it in. It was just no one really anywhere close to that cross. And it's going to be a free kick to Viborg. They're defending really well. They've got a lot of really good positioning going on. They've got their banks sorted. They're in nice positions. It's worked out for them in terms of that. And then when West Ham do get anywhere close to the sort of central area, they sort of aggressively step out at West Ham in a nice way. I don't know. It's fairly decent work. What's the lineup, Lloyd? I can provide that for you, my friend. In fact, I'll give you both. There you go. So they're defending relatively well. But that doesn't mean we are sort of starting to see glimpses of an opportunity, because we are. It's just not quite happened as of yet. Fornals, nice pass inwards. Ben Rama, he's got Fornals on the overlap. He finds him. Cuts inside onto his right foot. Whips it in, headed away. Ben Johnson at the far post has an opportunity. He's got Souček alongside him. Lanzini's there as well. He finds Souček, who's the one who crosses it in for Skamaka. Come on, it's one. It's Skamaka who gets the goal in front of the away fans. Let's go. I tell you what, if you told me before the game that Thomas Souček would be crossing the ball for a goal, I wouldn't have believed you. Yet here we are. The big Macca is here. Return of the Mac. What a time to be alive. When I'm tired to rap a song. Good ball in, and Skamaka just at the front post. He's in front of his man. It was just a calm cross in. It wasn't anything special, but it was just into that area where Skamaka's seen a little bit of joy. There was a header earlier on in the game where he had in a very similar position, but this time it's straight into his feet, just laid into the path of him where he just has to stroke it home. It's a nice finish. And Gianluca Skamaka, in his second start, gets his second goal. It's West Ham United 1, Viborg 0, and they have a huge hill to climb now. Viborg, you would suspect it's done. It was a very good finish, Troja. A very good finish. Let's do the Skamaka Arena.
It's Skamaka. That wasn't the Macarena at all, but it's what we're going to go with. It's what we're going to go with. Good work. 1-0. Take that. Take that all day. Take that all day. That puts us in such a strong position now. Might make the game quite long for us because I suspect we'll just sit and just relax. But at the same time, we'll take that. We'll take it. Huge hill to climb from Viborg. I can't see him coming back into this one now. 4-1 on aggregate. It means, I guess technically they still have to score. They would have to score 3 to take this to extra time. But they would have had to score 3 to get the win anyway, I guess. So it's still the goal is still the same to score 3 to some extent. But I can't see it happening at this point. And now West Ham are on the ball again. Lanzini striding forward, tried to slot it through. Couldn't quite make it work. Spread out wide from Thomas Souček, but it was a little bit ahead of Ben Johnson there with his weak foot pass. It's not actually happened. An actual striker, look at that. I know, wild. An actual striker starts, and then all of a sudden there's a goal. Who would have thought? Gaffer getting desperate. He played in front from the start. He's desperate to play him on the left. Remember when we played Hernandez on the left? That was fun, wasn't it? That was fun. What a wild time to be alive that was. AP, my friend. There are places you can find it. If there aren't on Discord, then I would suggest sort of asking maybe in general if anyone's around to put the links in, because there should be streams in there. It's an early kickoff, so probably some of our mods are still at work and doing other things, but it should be in there. Big ball forward, Cornet's on it. Cornet's charging forward, steps on the inside a little bit. Oh, it was a nice idea. He couldn't quite pull it off. He tried a reverse through ball to Skamaka, which would have been beautiful, but couldn't quite get there. Yeah, if you're in the Discord, I would suggest asking in general, because I don't know who's in there at the moment, because like I said, I'm not in there, so because I've got this to do, so I can't check. It's an interesting idea to go with the 3 at the back against Viborg. Oh, that's a big ball forward, looking for Ben Rama. He might just be able to fight for that one. He does. He wins it well. Maybe a short pass available to Fornals. He does. Inwards. Lanzini's there. It's a good opportunity. There was a moment where if he could just open up his body ever so slightly, it's going to be a foul against Lanzini there. There was a moment where if he could just figure out a way to open up his body, he could maybe take the shot. But Said comes flying back, just starts battling with Lanzini. He does well to get ahead of him. Oof. And then as he falls down, Lanzini just falls directly on top of him. You hate to see it. You say that, I'm almost 100% certain that will happen. It's incredibly annoying, Major. I would suggest footy pass. Cornet is playing on the right, Ben Rama on the left, Skamaka down the middle. You're playing a 3-4-3. You've got a back 3 of Cresswell, Ogbonna, and Kera. You've got a 4 across the middle from left to right. Fornals, Lanzini, Souček, and Johnson. And then you have a front 3 again from left to right of Ben Rama, Skamaka, and Cornet. Nice ball forward, looking for Ben Rama. Him and Cornet have got sort of a free. They're sort of quite free to sort of move around and sort of find space as and when they want it. That's one of the benefits to having this system, is there's space for the wide players to sort of play centrally and move into sort of areas that they wouldn't usually. If you're playing the 4-2-3-1, they're quite solid and quite sort of rigid in their structure. Whereas when you're playing this, there's a bit more space for them to sort of roam. So for example, right now, you've got Ben Rama, who's sort of slightly deeper on the right-hand side. You've got Skamaka, who's down the central. You've got Cornet on the left. That's not the starting positions, but it's where they are right now. All Ben Rama looking in. Souček arrives late. Got the control, but couldn't quite get the shot away. And now Viborg can counter-attack. It was a good opportunity, though, arriving late. Again, it's starting to open up a little bit more for us at the back there. It's starting to get a little bit more consistent. Oh, this is a really nice opportunity for Viborg. Hits it. Oh, think it was Grot. Yeah, it was that big man up front. Grot again, striding forward on the counter-attack, does really well. He manages to flick it past one with a little bit of deflection off the West Ham player, then takes it past Lanzini really nicely. For a big guy, he's not slow. Takes it past Lanzini really well. After the initial bounce off, I think it was Ben Johnson. Oh, he put Lanzini on toast. And then he hits it strongly. He connects with it well, but it's just past the bottom right-hand corner of the post. Close. Silver linings, though, eh? Silver linings, though. Very much so, Gary. I strongly agree. Like I said, I've spoken about this a couple of times, both on here, on Twitter, and other places. I think there is probably a temptation for Moyes to play the three at the back this year. We saw him sort of using it slightly more in preseason. He's used it quite a few times, and we have the defenders to do it now. You know, we have more defenders that are capable of doing it. Aguero's obviously out injured, but Kera looks like he'd be comfortable in that sort of three at the back formation, especially if he had a sort of stopper next to him, a big boy. Maybe like an Ogbonna or something. If he could, I don't know what you describe Ogbonna really, but there's certainly some room to sort of do this. It's interesting to me. Again, I think we can't play Emerson today, so we're sort of forced into Cresswell. We're sort of forced into playing Cresswell to some extent, and we've not really got many centre backs. So the fact that we've gone Cresswell centre back is interesting, but I think there's room for it. There's potentially room for it. Will he? I doubt it. At least not in the next game. But we might. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw in future a cross in from West Ham from the right hand side is just cleared away. But West Ham maintain possession of the ball. Ogbonna spreading that out wide to Cresswell. He's sort of in that position where he wants to get a little bit further forward to put in that early sort of cross. Sort of looked like he had a mild knock there, but he's got straight back up and carried on. He picks up the ball. Look, oof. It's a nice idea to try and play it down the line to Fornals, but doesn't quite make it work. But West Ham now way more in control of this game than we were. Lanzini strides past one. Scamacca, who's dropped very deep. It's a big diag. You love to see it. Yes. We've lost out on the ball, but who cares? Yes. What a big diag, ladies and gentlemen. Love that. Anyway. We're looking good right now. We're looking strong. We're mostly in control of the game. We're getting definitely the better opportunities, although Viborg's counter-attack is there, as we just saw about a couple of minutes ago. So it's not something we can just sort of sleep on. But there's a little bit more space. It looks like we're finding a little bit more joy. Having said that, Viborg are currently on the ball. David Moyes himself. I think he'll do it by himself. Well, actually, I think the plan... I can look up the schedule. I can look up our schedule, our internal schedule to see. But I think the current plan is to do it tomorrow. And I think it's going to be himself. The current plan is for the Viborg player ratings to go up tomorrow. So whether Gonzo might get a chance to watch the game before then, I don't know. But it probably will just end up being Gio by himself. Although I'd love to see... I'd love to see one of the Analytics United people do it. Be it Cal or Jack. But they obviously have their own stuff to be getting on with. They're very busy trying to sort out. Like when I speak to Jack specifically about like how much they've got going on. No, you're good. You're good. Ben Rama trying to play the ball down the line can't quite make it work. But it's scheduled right now to go up tomorrow, so it might be a case of Gonzo has time. But I don't know. He might be at this pinball festival weekend. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. Who knows? Viborg trying to play it around, but West Ham with a very high line, just getting possession back, recycling in it and moving forward. Souček, again, just under a little bit of pressure, decides to go backwards. Played forward, can't quite get the control. Can Syed Ben Rami goes down. Referee says no, says now to it. Trying to play the ball forward. Moving through the lines here, Viborg. When they do get possession, we do Concertina back relatively quickly. It's not as clean and as structured as you would usually see us being, but we're relatively good at it. Viborg trying to find their way through it currently, passing it sort of left and right. They're on the left-hand side now into the center, trying to find that space. And they've won a free kick bundled over by Aaron Cresswell, maybe unnecessarily. Still. When we're sort of controlling the game a little bit higher up the pitch than usual, we're sort of trying to dominate them. We are in control right now. We are comfortable right now. But when Viborg do counterattack, we get back relatively well. It's not as clean as we usually are. Usually we're very, very, very structured when we compress ourselves back into a defensive formation. But I think that's maybe part of the playing three at the back means we don't really have that sort of concertina to us that we usually would have. And so what happens is Viborg can find a little bit more space than we would maybe like. And there is still some danger to it. But they've got a free kick now. It's quite far away, but you'd be tempted if you were a free kick taker to have a punt at this one. You'd be tempted. Ariola's sorting out his wall. I reckon there might be a shot here, ladies and gentlemen. It's probably 25 yards away from goal, something like that. It's Payet territory. Sorensen hits it. It's off the wall and cleared away by West Ham. It's going to be a Viborg throw in on the right-hand side relatively deep. I was going to say, if I was a free kick taker, I'd be pretty tempted on that one. And Sorensen looked like he sort of had his eyes for goal. He hits it, it deflects off the wall, and it's just punted clear for a throw-in. We're going to see another... We're going to see potentially... Oh, no, we're not going to see... It looked like they were sort of lining up potentially for another Rory the lap special, but instead it's just going to be a sort of throw. To be fair, that throw-in was almost as bad as ours usually are, but they've kept possession of it, to be fair. Fair enough. I rescind my judgment, Your Honour. I rescind my judgment. They've kept possession and they've rugbyed themselves some yards. Corner, he looks fine. He looks fine. There's not really... He's not... When he's had the ball, he's done well. When he's had the ball, he's done well with it. He's not getting the ball anywhere near as much as you would maybe want him to, but I think when he's had the ball, he's gone well. I think a lot of our attacking impetus has come through everyone but him. That's not a criticism of him. It just means he hasn't really had the ball. Budge, he hasn't really had the ball, so it is what it is. Emerson surely goes straight in. With David Moyes, I don't know, man. Part of me thinks yes. Part of me thinks it's David Moyes has zero chance. We'll find out, I guess. We'll find out. I've got no clue. Foul on Said from foul on Benrahma from Said. Just a bit of a clash of heads a little bit. Both went up for a header. Nothing dangerous. Both men back up. Nothing good. Can't do, you know? You know what I mean? Who is on the right and left? Cornet is on the right and Benrahma is on the left. They switch relatively regularly. They have a bit of a free roll, both of them, to sort of move and sort of try and get some sort of overloads going on either side. But from a structural standpoint, it is starting with Benrahma on the left and Cornet on the right. Although Benrahma's relatively deep, so you could even make an argument that he's playing in a sort of 10 and it's Cornet and Skamaka up front together. But we're getting into the weeds now. Oh, but you know what? I would. I haven't been to an Asda in a long time. You know, I would usually go to a Tesco or a Sainsbury's or a Morrison's or a Lidl. There's an Aldi I'd go to. So I haven't been to an Asda in a while, you know. That's as the price. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, it's almost as if Benrahma's starting as a 10 because he finds himself very central quite often. Cornet is definitely on the right-hand side. There are times where he finds himself out on that left, but it's not like he is on the right almost all of the time, whereas Benrahma is almost in this sort of position in behind Skamaka and Cornet. It's almost like it's a 3-4-1-2 with Benrahma sort of behind him. In fact, I would almost post that as the option. Oh, Viborg getting a bit fancy there. Went all the way back to the goalkeeper, who under some pressure from both Skamaka and Cornet ends up slotting it to the player who Benrahma was close enough to. But they keep possession of the ball. They've done relatively well with their passing there. Skamaka comes flying back to get into that interception. Well done. Stephen, don't worry about it. It happens to the best of us. It's 1-0 West Ham. We're relatively in control of the game. There's not like Viborg haven't had chances. They definitely have. And there's been moments where you look like Viborg are sort of on top, sort of the first 15 minutes or so. But by and large, since then, it's been more West Ham than it hasn't been. We're playing a 3 at the back system. Angelo Bonner diving header back to Ariola. You can see it. Playing a 3 at the back system. Skamaka got the goal. Crossed in from Thomas Souček of all people. A relatively competent performance so far. I've never noticed this before, but you're 100% correct. Just a little, you know. Yes, CW1. We will. We've got 4. We're 4-1. We're 4-1 up on aggregate right now. Which means that we will be going through to the group stage draw, which is tomorrow afternoon, I believe. Now I have the schedule. I can actually check. It is tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 in the afternoon. We will be live streaming it. So if you're looking for a way to figure out who we get into the group stage, then I would highly recommend you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out, because I will be here live tomorrow doing that. I will be live tomorrow doing that. So come get involved. Viborg winning a throw-in. Look, it's not the greatest performance you've ever seen from West Ham, but it's a competent enough performance, you know. We've probably given Viborg more than we've needed to. They've had opportunities on the counter-attack. They've had different opportunities in different ways that I would say have sort of been a little bit concerning. But in general, it's been mostly us. We've probably given them more than we should have. We're 39 minutes in. It's close to being the 40th minute. And we're comfortably and deservedly 1-0 up. Skamaka with the goal. And I can't see it ending like way. I do think there'll be another goal. But if you told me Viborg scored, I wouldn't be surprised, because they've had a couple of opportunities. Jamie, good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. I'm good, thank you. I hope you're good. Gianluca Scallywag doing the business. I'd love to see him in a pirate outfit. Sometimes I say things. The problem with doing live is you say things, you have one chance, and then it's just in the public. So I've said that now, and I'm going to own it. I really hope we see Skamaka in a pirate outfit. Yar. West Ham passing around at the back. Good to see Ogbonna playing again as well after such a bad injury. It's second game he's had the opportunity to play, which is good. Fornals trying to just... Fornals and Lanzini linking up for something there. In fact, I'm willing to say at this point it's a 3-4-1-2. I'm looking at Ben Rama's positioning all of the time right now, and I think we're more even playing a front two with Skamaka and Cornet being the right-handed side and Skamaka being the left-handed side, for sort of front two, with Ben Rama just behind him. Because there's something about Ben Rama's position is very essential and would make sense why he has so much free reign. Yeah, I'm going to say that. It's a 3-4-1-2. That's what I'm saying. Whipped in, cleared away by Ogbonna. You love to see it. Skamaka get on the end of that one. Fight for it. He's fighting for it. They've been a bit awkward twice there. Viborg do well there to get into end up cancelling that one. I do love a big man. See, I said I regret some things. Don't regret that. I love a big man. Huge gentleman, please. You know what I mean? All day, every day. I do. I got very excited when it happened, Toby. I remember being on the front of the West Ham official magazine at one point. Do I remember him playing? No. But I remember him being it. Played out wide to the left-hand side. Whipped in from Viborg. That's a nice opportunity, but the header... No real power on it from Jens. I think his name's Jensen. Is that what the commentator just said? It was played out wide to the left-hand side. It's nice build-up. And again, that's sort of like Constantine's, that's just like compression, just allowing them the space and time to just put in a ball. And he gets in between Cresswell and Fornals. That's probably the weakest spot if you're looking for headers. You want to be catching in and there. And he can't quite get any sort of power on it. He gets a nice direction, heads it down, but there's no real power, and it's incredibly easy for Ariola in the end. But a warning sign, nevertheless, that we need to maybe... There is space down there, especially for them. They might be looking at a space between Cresswell and Fornals. and just Cresswell in general, and just aim for them when it comes to crossing, just sort of looking into that space. Because as the game goes on, that's going to be a sort of maybe a potential sore point. Yeah, but I'm fine with that, you know. Sometimes you're fine with things you say. Sometimes you aren't. And I more often than not regret everything I say. But that, nah. I put it on my flipping, it's the header on my Twitter. A-Top Lad on Twitter. You can check my header image. It's just me talking about big men. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. No subs yet. No subs yet. No subs yet. Although, listen, Stephen, why not? Why not? I'm in Africa watching it. I thought you said you were in the tunnel. Man's moving. Man's darting. Side. Oh, that's a really nice through ball to Grot. This is really good. Save. Second save from Areola. Good work. Flipping heck. That was close. And another opportunity from Viborg. Hit wide. They just carved us open like we weren't even there. They come flying forward. Saeed with the ball. Just waits. And then just plays a through ball round the back for Grot. Just West Ham just completely unaware. The movement. How have we got so many defenders yet? None of them pick it up. And then the follow-up from their number 8, saved again from Areola. Good goalkeeping from Areola, but bloody hell. Thank you very much, Ryan. I'll come back to this in a second. But bloody hell. That was ridiculously close. That was ridiculously close, and I'm not keen. Ryan, thank you very much for the 179. Very handsome man. I assume you're speaking about Scamacca, and I would agree. And you are getting the top is just going to be you. I feel like I don't know. It was a really nice chance from Viborg. You'd suspect they should have scored that. If we're being perfectly honest about it, that should have been a goal. I have not. I'm going to watch it after this, Logan. I've literally got it marked to watch after this. That and She-Hulk, I've got to watch after this. Big ball forward, completely to no one from Viborg, and it's Areola collects it straight out. That opportunity was really scary. That opportunity was really scary. The fact that just space just opened up for them and they were able to just slot it through so unbelievably easy is a concern. I can't lie. But a double save from Areola and it still remains 1-0. We've got 2 minutes of stoppage time to play. 46th minute until half time. Thank you very much, West Ham News Official. I appreciate it. We go wild, but thank you. I appreciate it. It was very good. I really like him. I'm so glad we signed him permanently. He's going to be our number 1 before the end of this season. He will be our number 1, 100%. 100%. You're not wrong, Jamie. You're not wrong, but it's kind of by design with this formation to some extent. They're not really trying to force our midfield much, to be honest with you, but, Oh, Zach, good to see you, my friend. How are you? Hope you and the fam, John and Imogen are well. I said 2-1 as well. 2-1 was my prediction before the game as well. So great minds. We're on a roll there. But good to see you, Zach. Hope you and John and Imogen are all having a grand old time. Souček in the middle, trying to find a bit of space, just bundled out there by Viborg, who can now sort of go for the counter-attack. Grot's looking to stride forward. He's got Ogbonna up against him. It's a nice cross. The Viborg player was trying to get to had a lot to do to get onto the end of that, let alone also score, but it was a nice idea. Scamacca dropping deep and winning a free kick. Under a bit of pressure. And there is the halftime whistle. So the halftime score here is West Ham United 1, Viborg 0. I'll take it. It's not the most exciting. It's not the most thrilling. It's not the most unbelievably incredible thing you've ever seen with your life. But we're probably the better of the two teams in general over the course of the half. And a goal for Scamacca, I'm not going to complain about too much. An interesting new formation change. Something that I thought we might see during the season. in some form, not necessarily the 3-4-1-2 we're seeing today. I thought it might be more of a 3-4-3, but we look relatively comfortable and relatively good for it. There's definitely been moments, flashes from Viborg where they look like they might have been able to get in and do something dangerous. They look like they might have been able to get in and find a bit of space. Some of their through balls, that specific chance with the Areola double save towards the end of that half was really, really nice. And to be honest with you, really, really easy from them. We've got 3 at the backs. One of them has got to be cutting that out. But outside of that, I'm relatively happy. 1-0 at half time. That puts us 4-1 up on aggregate. That means they need to take this to just even extra time. They need to score 3. And I don't see that happening, to be honest with you. I don't see that happening. So there you go. 1-0 to West Ham at half time. Let's see how you all feel, though, in the comments. I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty calm about it. How do we all feel? And actually, while you get in there and say that, thank you very much. We've flown over the 300 like mark. We're at 351. Let's see if we can push it to 400. Why not? Let's see if we can get there. Let's get a bit overexcited and try to smash that like button. There's over 900 of you in here right now. So if we all smacked it, we would be on easy street. Let's see if we can get to that 400 mark. And hey, subscribe if you haven't already, because we were the only West Ham channel last season to do a watch-along, build-up show and coverage for every single game last season for West Ham. No one else did it apart from us. So if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the future stuff we do, including tomorrow. If West Ham do end up going through like it seems like they're about to, we will be doing at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon a live stream to do the group stage draw for the Europa Conference League. It's at 1:30, I believe. I will be doing it. I'm not sure if someone will join me. We'll see what happens. It's all going to be a bit confusing. I've asked. It's a thing. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and get involved. Let's have a look. How are we all feeling? Let me know in the comments how you're vibing. Neither Lanzini or Souček cross the side have been decent. Maybe. I wouldn't, but yeah. I wouldn't say they've been great now. I would agree with that. I would agree with that, to be fair. Benny looking energetic, but a bit impotent. Yeah, he's interesting. We're playing him in a central role today, which makes it a bit more interesting. He's picking the ball up in different areas. He's finding a lot of space and joy in both sides of the pitch. He's finding a much more space down the right than he is the left. I think the left-hand side is sort of being taken a little bit by Cresswell and Fornals. And so Ben Rama has that bit of space to sort of move over onto that right-hand side where Ben Johnson is. But he's looking lively. He's doing bits, but I want to see him getting the ball and finding space to pull off shots, which isn't something he's doing at the moment. That's what I want from him. That's what I need from him, you know? I think we've looked all right, but the midfield aren't good enough, says James, who follows up with the Lanzini Souček comment, which I think is fair. I mean, we're playing that sort of 2 midfield with a 3 at the back, and the sort of role of that is literally just to recycle possession and go. There's no real fanciness to it. It's literally just, let's get the ball out wide, let's get those crosses in. The fact Souček has sort of been finding those spaces is a bit weird to me. He's been involved more in the build-up play than you'd want him to be. You'd more want him just getting on in the crosses, but with Scamacca and Cornet down the center, especially Scamacca is taking up a lot of space, I guess. But yeah, it's not quite where you want it, I would say, but still. Ariano's to start. He's been good, to be fair. He's been good. That double save was very good. You got to respect it. I'm sending good vibes. Let's go, Judas. My trustworthy friend. Let's go. Love that. Weak midfield. Lanzini and Souček offered down some commentary. No. Maybe. It's probably a bit soon for that, but maybe. I wouldn't be against it. I'd love to see both of those players play. And that's the position they would play. So I would not be against it in any way, shape, or form. I think it might leave us with maybe a little bit less presence up front than maybe we want, but I wouldn't be against it. Replace Souček, Lanzini, and Scamacca. Gary, bold. We should be much more comfortable in possession against teams like this. I think so, Martin. I think so, but again, we're just not a possession team. It's just not what we do, and we've set up tonight in a formation that, if anything, exudes not having possession. So I don't disagree with you. Though. Get Downs on. We need something a bit special in midfield. His passing would be nice. To be fair, there's been a couple of misstrayed passes in that sort of area, and I wouldn't mind seeing him. Getting in and just starting to complete those passes. We need to put Ben Rama on the wing. That's kind of how I feel. I don't mind him playing in the position he's in tonight, but I think I would prefer. I don't know why we haven't gone with it, but personally, I would prefer a 3-4-3 with Benrahma on the left, Skamaka down the middle, and Cornet on the right. I guess it's probably because we have both Fornals and Cresswell on that left-hand side. But I would much prefer him picking up the ball in wider areas and being able to drive inwards, because that's sort of where he finds his most joy, more than that central position. Our defense has been cracking, and our attack is lethal. The Moisés needs to fix our defense and wake them up. It's weird because I think there's been some okay performance. For example, I think Ogbona's been all right. But for example, that through ball to Grot, which ended up with the double save from Areola, was really good, but it was really easy. Like, we should not have been allowing them that sort of space and time to be doing that. It's quite worrying that we did, if I'm being honest with you. So there's something there would be the cherry on the cake. Now, you put Paqueta in the position that Benrahma's in tonight. I would die if we had Paqueta. We're not going to get him, but again, nervous passing. However, we look a bit better. I would put Antonio together with Skamaka. That's not a bad shout, Big Gabs. That's not a bad shout at all, actually, to be fair. You could maybe move some stuff around. Maybe you put Fornals in the middle, and you put Cornet on the left wing back position or something, and you bring on Antonio. I would love to see them sort of together. That would be quite nice. And I would also to be honest with you, I'd also quite like to just see Benrahma playing sort of off Skamaka in a 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-1-1, but I don't think that's going to happen today. Can you shout out my granddad, Arthur Vincent? He is watching on the TV. Arthur Vincent, my friend, I hope you're well. Thank you very much for watching. Ryan as well. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're having a grand old time, and we can all together celebrate a big dub at the end of this game as West Ham go through to the group stage draw. Get a haircut, says Steve. No. Charlie, your locks are flowing in the wind if you've got a nice breeze there. I have a fan directly next to me because this room is way too hot when we do these streams, so I need the fan there. It's bad, so I have a fan that's just sort of going up on me. Benrahma is better on the left and Fornals is better in the middle. That needs to change, IMO. Yes, I wouldn't want to see Benrahma play at wing back, but yes, I agree. I'm surprised we're playing the formation we're playing at all, to be honest, but still. Cressy at centre-back and Lanzini covering at CDM are the weak spots in this lineup. Yeah, and you have to see the cross that came in. The other big one I remember is the cross that came in and they got a header, which wasn't very strong and there was no power on it. The direction was nice, it was down, but the power wasn't there. And it was an unbelievably easy save for Areola, but the player attacked directly in between Cresswell at centre-back and Fornals at left wing back. And you're looking, if you're trying to get some crosses in from that left-hand side into that kind of position, it's going to be relatively easy, you have to say, for that sort of thing to happen, given those people who are in there. Let's be real. I wish we were as comfortable on the ball as Viborg. Love their part. It's kind of surprising that they're as comfortable as they are, especially because I feel like we could be and should be better than it, but what can you do? Still looking a little undercooked. Yeah, I would agree. It's not a beautiful thing from us at all, but something at least a little. It's better. It's more comfortable, even if it isn't unreal. You know. Even if it isn't unreal. Let me take this opportunity, by the way, to talk about our sponsors, James Stevens Associates. They are a recruitment partner, which first and foremost are massive West Ham fans. Hence, them supporting both the build-up and the watch-along today. So shout out James Stevens Associates. Shout out James if you see this. They were specifically founded to help housing associations, but are more than happy to support other West Ham fans with hiring needs on permanent contracts and fixed-term needs. They recruit across regulatory compliance, governance, change and transformation, data, business operations, and senior appointments. So if you want to get involved in the recruitment, if you're looking to try and get something done recruitment-wise, or you just want a lovely conversation with Daniel about West Ham, I would highly recommend checking him out. Links are in the descriptions below, both to his LinkedIn and his email. So get involved in that. Let's have a look at what else we're saying. Worst kit ever. Steve, listen, I wouldn't say it's a great kit. I quite like it as a kit, but it's just not West Ham, is my opinion on the matter. I just don't think it's very West Ham kit. But I quite like it. I don't mind it as a kit, you know? I really don't. Like I said, though, but not ideal. Not ideal. I can't sit here and act like it's an ideal kit. One more goal, then Downs on. That's a good point. Would we make any substitutions, ladies and gentlemen? What I'll do is I'll put up the subs bench. underneath me. There we go. Let me know how you feeling. Would you make any subs at halftime? Is that something you'd be looking to do? I would love to see, maybe just specifically at halftime, or when would you start to make subs? We're 1-0 up. We're 3 goals to the good in this tie. So there's a temptation to start making subs now. For example, you would suspect Thomas Souček would be playing in the Premier League game at the weekend. So maybe you sub him off and you bring on a Coventry or Downs. You would look at probably someone like Fornals, who's definitely going to be playing at the weekend. Maybe you'd sub him off for, I don't know, maybe you go to a 4 at the back. That could work. You go to a 4 at the back. Fornals then moves forward. So you change Fornals for a Bowen or an Okaflex or something. There's options there. What do we feel? Guilty, but personally loving all the kits this season. Listen, I really like both our home and away kits. As West Ham kits, I really like both our home and away kits. The third kit is where I don't know if I see that as a West Ham kit, but I like it. But the home kit specifically, I think is a banger. I'll say that unashamedly. I know that one's a bit what's the word I'm looking for? Controversial. I know people haven't been super into that home kit first, but off the gate, I liked it. I saw that as well, Ray. I saw that conversation Phil Vickery had as well. We'll see how that goes, is all I'll say. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, I don't think he'll sign anyway. How was Moldo? Morning from LA. Good to see you. Hope all is well in California. It knows how to party, apparently. Got Hollywood swinging in my head. I've been listening to songs like that. That's just what it's going. It's honestly the worst West Ham kit I've ever seen. There you go. See what I mean? Very, very controversial. Downs on Downs. Downs for Souček. Downs on commentary for Souček and Lanzini. Subs. Downs surely. Viborg can pass the ball like there's no tomorrow. If we complete 3 passes, no error and raised. A little bit. Bowen with big scam. Oof. Equa would be interesting. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. I can't act like I wouldn't be. That kid's like being run over while eating pizza. I want pizza now. Glyn is the problem here. Or Glenn? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm going to go with Glyn. I want pizza now is the problem, but you're not wrong. The teams are coming back out for the second half, by the way, so we'll be getting that underway in just a moment. Would have been better with Black. Yeah. Okay, I'll back you on that. Downs and Antonio. I'm going to find a stream. You can have a look. Link in the description below for the Discord. There might be one in there now. I don't know if there is or there isn't. Have a gander. Downs and Antonio on. Bring back the 1980 Cup final shirt, please. It's pretty good. Souček off. Downs on. Set him up as a deep lying baller. Yeah. What he's passing. That's the thing, right? Downs 4 now. That's far. I think Moyes will go. Fair. Get Moyes out, Charlie. Send Danny out. Don't answer Josh away. Listen. Danny is up for beef at any times. Look at that aggressive. Look at that aggressive man. He wants the beef, but I'm personally not at that stage yet. The teams are out and we're about to get ready for the second half. So if you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe. We are at over 400, at 426. So screw it. We're going for 500. We're pushing this, ladies and gentlemen. We're pushing it. We're going to go for 500. It might not happen. That's a big task to get 75 likes over the course of this second half. That's a huge task, but screw it. We're going to go for it. If you haven't already, subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. I'll be live with you throughout the entirety of this second half up until the full-time whistle when Gio will go live with a cheeky full-time review of what will hopefully be a West Ham win on the course of getting a group stage place in the Europa Conference League. 3 goals are what Viborg need in this second half. 3 goals is what needs them to even take this to extra time. You would think it's probably safe at this point, but a good, confident second half performance, competence, vibes, maybe a couple of goals. Skamaka getting another would be nice, is what we're hoping for. West Ham to kick off the second half. Viborg versus West Ham. Come on, you Irons. Deploy the boys. Let's go. Big plays. Let's make it happen, guys. Let's make it happen. Give the kids a go. See you later, Charlie. Thanks, mate. Sai, good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. And I would strongly agree with that. Big Paqueta has agreed personal terms and contract terms for West Ham. That's what left to Leon to accept our bid. We'll see. I'm still not confident it's going to happen. The draw for the groups is tomorrow at 1:30 UK time. I will be live on this very channel, going through it all with everyone in the chat. So if you want, come and get involved with that to see who we draw in the group stage. But it's at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon UK time. That's a nice ball, early doors down the left-hand side. Cornet looking in for Skamaka. Cleared away well by the good recovering slide from the Viborg players, but almost a carbon copy of the left-hand side goal from the first leg there. Cornet getting forward down the left, plays it, and he's looking for Skamaka on the floor. It's not bad. Good defending. But it's going to be a corner. Corner to West Ham out on the left-hand side. Put in. Can't quite get a header on it. I was looking for that near post thing. No one really there. Headed away. We're gonna get a throw in out of it. But yes, exactly what Major said. And also on the Hammers Chat channel, we will be live. So make sure to come and get involved. I've never been in a fight. I don't fight. I'm not a fighter. It's not me. You know, that's just not my vibe. Very calm guy. Not looking for scraps. Drama, I enjoy it, but not a fight. Double bundling over from West Ham in a very good area. It's going to be a sort of corner-esque cross coming in from this position. It was a double bundle from Viborg. Ben Johnson getting forward, does well, cuts inside. He gets bundled over originally, but that one wasn't a foul. The second one or two, Thomas Souček was. The ball sort of gets bounces into open play. Thomas Souček gets there just ahead of the Viborg player. It's Lehmans who makes the tackle, and it's going to be a free kick to West Ham. Like I say, it's in that corner quadrant, so you're talking a sort of corner style thing. Cornet's over it. Lanzini's the one who takes it, whips it into a good area. No one can get their head on it. It's turned into golf. Well, enjoy the PGA Tour. You know. Sevi Ballesteros. You know what I mean? That's a golfer from back in the day. I played Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004. Don't question me. And 2005, not 2006 though. Fornals with a good tackle, looking for Ben Ramo, tries to just flick it around. Oh, that's a nice striding through ball. Not sure who played that in, but Cornet's there. Skamaka's in the center, maybe looking for him. Pulls it back just behind him. Oh, really close. We're knocking on the door. They're close to answering. You know? But here's Johnny incoming. That ball down the line, by the way, was really nice to Cornet. I don't know who did it. Oh, Ben Johnson. Whipping in the ball. Oh, Cornet on the end of it. Couldn't quite get there and finish it. But I'll tell you what. Challenge everything. Love that. EA Sports. It's in the game. So I'm just reliving my PS2 days now. It's just everything's going through my head. Unbelievably close from West Ham. Arguably should be two. Just an inch away from being two. Nick's found it. Yeah, man. We are 4-1 on aggregate. You love to see it. Bit of Holland. We'll take that. I've been saying Blackpool, but we'll take a bit of the Dutch national team. Bit of total football. We'll take that. We're far too easy to pass through. Makes the attacking players look worse because our midfield can't keep the ball. We are very easy to pass through. It's the defense as well as the midfield. I mean, that through ball opportunity that led to the double save was like, where were the defense? What were they doing? Blood? What were they doing? You know what I mean? He has to go, blood. He has to go. You know, there was it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. It's not just midfield. Although, don't get me wrong. That's not like they're not culpable as well. Flipping heck. Big boot from Areola up the pitch. Oh, nice flick on Ben Rama's in a really good position. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, Ben Rama. 2. It's done. This game is over. We're through. It's not happening now for Viborg. A really nice finish from Saeed Ben Rama. Slots it home. Viborg 0, West Ham United 2. Benrahma found himself in acres of space, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and a really nice finish. A really nice finish. Skamaka wins the header from the goal kick onto Cornet, who flicks it on. It's his route. It's almost like Sam Allardyce never left, ladies and gentlemen. This is route one, as you like. Big boot from goal kick. Skamaka nods it down to Cornet, who first time touches it through to Benrahma, who's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, has the time, has the space, tucks it in beautifully. Bosh. That is West Ham United 2, Viborg 0. 5-1 on aggregate now, and you would suspect there is zero chance for Viborg to come back in this, and West Ham will be in the group stage draw tomorrow, live on this very channel at 1:30. You would imagine so. Because that is a very, very nice finish from Benrahma. Good goal. You love to see it. It's a good finish. It was a very nice finish, Budgie. I can't lie to you. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper slightly to the right-hand side, and he just sort of slots it to the left-hand side into the bottom corner. Goalkeeper can't stretch his leg out. It's good. It's nice. It's nice. Free kick to us in our own half now. Won by Benrahma. Well, that's the question. That's the question, Em. That is the question. I'd be scared. Lanzini on the ball. We're striding forward now to space. Skamaka first time passes it to Benrahma. Through to Cornet. This is another good opportunity. Cornet hits it. Oh, just wide. Offside as well called. But I'll tell you what. He's nice, yeah? I'll tell you what. We're flying right now. Interesting change as well. Someone else just brought this up in the chat as well. But Skamaka and Cornet seem to have switched sides a little bit. So you get Cornet on the left-hand side of the front two and Skamaka on the right. Benrahma is still sort of playing in that central sort of 10 position, just behind the two of them. Although he is very far out on this right-hand side right now. We'll have to keep an eye on where that's going. But I tell you what, Cornet does look a little bit more... I don't know. I don't know whether it's him or whether it's the Viborg players or what, but he's certainly enjoying a lot more success right now than he was. Calm as you like. You got to respect it. Yes. Yeah, I do. It's like nitros in a car. You know what I mean? I'm chatting complete and utter nonsense. Oh my God, that's just so easy from West Ham. Oh, if you looked up to where Cornet was, Skamaka has the ball on the right-hand side. There was a moment there where I was like, this is just easy. They're just giving away the ball. Viborg have lost it in this second half so far. Just really easy, just constant opportunities. Souček with a nice spread out to the left-hand side. It back centrally towards Lanzini from Fornals. Nice opportunity from Benrahma. Just managed to sort of fake out one player but can't get the second one. I would be surprised, is what I would say, Edward. But at the same time, let's go. Why not? He's been the best player of the season so far. I think it's way too early to say anything, but he's been the best player of the season so far. I'm hoping this is his season to shine, is what I'll say. I love that referee getting involved with a little cheeky back heel. All we need to do is take the attacking mentality into the Villa game and get our 3 points onwards and upwards. That's the vibe, Leon. That's the vibe we're going with. Where are the subs? Not quite yet, actually. Not quite yet. We've seen no subs as of yet, although can't act like it's not sort of like it should be. Free kick from Viborg, about 35 yards away from goal. They decide to take it short and start to try and build up from it. It's the first real opportunity we've seen, first real chance we've seen of Viborg in this half. It's a bold play. I tell you what, if that ball came off, it was a big crossfield, chipped through ball, L1 triangle style, looking for the sort of run in behind. It was a nice reverse chance. I tell you what, he's given it his best. It's a nice opportunity. I respect the effort. If it worked out, it would have been unreal. It's a little bit too far ahead, but not bad. I am definitely Fortune, not in North London, like Major correctly said. Nope, not. I'm in North Idaho today because it's not live in the UK on a channel I have access to. If you see what I'm saying. Although I did live very briefly in New York when I was a kid. It was a very brief bit, but if you see what I'm saying, this is true. North Idaho. Alex Chapman saying how we all feel, but just in a way that only Alex could word it right now. Alex, me in 2006 is very happy with. Oh, Cresswell and Saeed are getting into it. They're getting into it in a big way. The crowd started jeering and Saeed squared up to Cresswell, who was all too happy to shout back. There was some fury going on there. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Referee's going to pull them both across to have a conversation. They're still going on at each other. Cresswell's still going. Yellow card for both there. As Saeed came back across, so Saeed sort of squared up to Cresswell. It bounces off him. They were tussling, wrestling for position of the ball. And Saeed sort of sat on top of Cresswell as he falls backwards. Cresswell felt like for too long and just pulls him back. And then they both just started having a go. Cresswell very angry about the situation because when the referee pulled them back across, Saeed seemed to have calmed down, but Cresswell still squared up to him. He wanted blaps. He wanted it. Reenact with Danny, please. Right. Here we go. Hang on. So Danny is Saeed in this scenario, right? Okay. And Cresswell, right, was sort of behind him like this. Okay. And they're jostling, right, for position. And the ball is like here. And then they fall back. Hang on. They fall. Which way back? Let's go. They fall back. Right. And Saeed is on top of Aaron Cresswell. Okay. And then Saeed doesn't get up, and Aaron Cresswell's like, "Oi, blood," and throws him down. And then they square up and have beef. Here we go. So there you go. That's what happened there. That's what happened there. There we go. Anyway, so it was a yellow card for both men. It's a yellow card for both men. He's been through the wars, bless him. He's been through the wars. He's a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous guy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I would 1,000% lose in that event. So, long week is coming off for Niles Mortimer, who's the Barcelona Academy boy, who I've heard so much about. Didn't have too much of an effect on the game last time out, as far as I remember, but we'll see how that goes. Viborg ringing in the changes. Us yet to have done that. Oi, listen, you might not be terribly inaccurate about it, but still, you know, a day. Yes. Yeah. Many years honing my craft, you know. The other players coming on now. The other one who couldn't make it because of Brexit last time. I don't think so, Trip. I don't think so. I think if we needed to score, then potentially. But at this point, I think we're relatively calm in possession, and I think it would go. Jeff, don't ask questions. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. This game's getting very bitty now. Fornal's getting fouled there by the Viborg player. I don't know. It just completely body checked him. He came in across, just absolutely, just bundled him. And we maintain. Like I said, if you ever want to see more wrestling content like that, I would suggest A.Mark on YouTube. Do I reenact the matches as they're happening? No. But, potentially we could. Who knows? Thank you. It's the position we're in right now, Major. I can't lie to you. I've not been very well the last couple of days, is the excuse that I'm going to go with, despite the fact it's very clearly an excuse. 5-1 up, playing safe, no subs. Yeah, I would almost be tempted to sub off the people who are guaranteed to start. Skamaka does well there to pick up the ball. There was an opportunity. And you know what? The crossing wasn't that bad. And we've won a corner from it. It was sort of a... what's the word I'm looking for? A hopeful cross. There was a speculative cross. There wasn't much of a chance there for that to happen, but Skamaka puts it in, and he puts it in well. He strikes the ball very nicely into a good position, but no one's there to quite get on the end of it. But we win a corner from it when we probably shouldn't have. I'm not going to lie, Viborg maybe should have dealt with that a little bit better. We cross it in, head up, save, in second time. 3. Yes. Don't know what that was, but yes. Thomas Souček with the goal is 3-0. I'm going to wait to just check it's not offside, because the ball comes back in from the corner and Souček is the one who attacks it. So corner's worked short. It's whipped in. The initial header from Ben Rama, and Thomas Souček is the one to quickest react to it and slot it home. And he's definitely onside as well. Thomas Souček. Let's go. West Ham United 3, Viborg 0. Now, squeaky bum time, ladies and gentlemen. Squeaky bum time, because flipping heck, we're 3-0 up. We all need to calm. Do you know what I mean? Right? Let's just not lose our heads like we did last year. Now we're 3 up. Let's just keep it chill. Let's keep it chill. Sure, let's go with that. Yeah. How's it go? I never knew. I've never known. I should learn it. For some point. That's a clip that would go viral. I don't need that in my life. Of me doing the Macarena when Skamaka scores inevitably against Tottenham or some nonsense. I don't need that stress in my life. This second half has been much, much better from West Ham. Whereas in the first half, you definitely could have made arguments about Viborg doing bits and pieces and finding opportunities and all of that kind of stuff, because there definitely was some. In the second half, this has been much, much more controlled from us, much better from us, much more just solid. They're looking to get it a bit forward here, Viborg, but can't quite manage it. Sorensen lays it short. Ooh, cleared away by West Ham. Uncomfortably, but cleared away. Now Ben Johnson with a huge ball. There's just so much space for West Ham right now. Ben Rama's going to try and challenge that one corner. He couldn't quite win the header, but I tell you what, Ben Rama's just steaming after it. There's so much space going forward at this point. Viborg know they have to go for it, and they are leaving all types of space in behind. And we are just happy to take that. We're just happy to take that. Listen. Maybe it'll happen. We don't know. We'll see. That's yes. Saidi, yes. Oh, Ben Rama's through again here. Through a 1-on-1, pulls it back across for Cornet. Cornet's just missed. Cornet's just missed a golden opportunity. Skamaka does really well battling for the ball, and then a brilliant through ball. And Ben Rama through 1-on-1. Could have taken it all the way, but waits, pulls it across for Cornet. It bounces up and hits off his shin and goes flying over. No, it should have been 4. We should have got a Cornet goal. Ben Rama, by the way, what a boy. Playing that across. You don't know why I do my spare time. Playing that across. Good work from him. You know what I mean? Just unselfish play. Souček now spreading it out for Ben Rama. These 3 are just going to get more and more opportunities, and Souček's getting involved as well. Ben Rama, ball's not quite good enough. And Skamaka did his best to try and stop that. But save it for Sunday, Maxwell. Save it for Sunday. Mikel Antonio coming on alongside Flynn Downs. 3 changes, and I think is that Connor commentary as well, maybe? Skamaka, the first one off. Big plays, Gianluca. 2 goals today. You've got to respect it, and Antonio's going to come on in his place. We also have both Flynn Downs and Connor Coventry coming on. First off is Thomas Souček. He's coming off for Flynn Downs. Scored. Crossed. No, sorry, not 2 goals for Skamaka because Souček got 1. 1 goal for Skamaka. A goal and an assist for Thomas Souček. Fair play. He's often on in his position is Flynn Downs. And then final one, Connor Coventry's coming on for Said Ben Rama. I tell you what, I would have quite liked to have seen that front 3 stay on for just 5-10 more minutes because I felt like they could have got another goal and it would have been quite fun. They were absolutely tearing Viborg apart at this point. But Ben Rama is coming off. Skamaka is coming off. I'd be interested to see where that means everyone plays. I suspect Lanzini maybe moves forward. We get sort of Cornet and Antonio in the position where Skamaka was. You get Lanzini in that role just behind him where Ben Rama was, and then you get a midfield 2 of Flynn Downs and Connor Coventry. Flynn Downs instantly getting ahead on that one. First touch with an interception. Good game from Ben Rama. Another good game. You got to say he's doing well this season, and that's another good one. Benny definitely up there for man of the match towards the end of the game. We'll be speaking about that in about 20 minutes time or so, but definitely be up there. I know, Lewis. I know. It's all kicking off, mate. It's all kicking off. Literally was about 5 minutes ago as well. Edward is very insistent on the bell opportunity. Listen, Edward, if the people back your beef with the bell, then we'll go with it. But you've got to get the people on side. We need 3 people to support it. And as of yet, that's not been happening. You thought orange might be a nice color? I mean, you know. Same. I really want to see Connor Coventry do his thing this season. Really nice work from Ben Rama. Really nice work. It's the sort of stuff I love to see. West Ham now passing it around, and to be honest, we're completely in control of this game. It's a good opportunity to see Downs and Coventry getting involved. Nice work there by Coventry, just playing it forward. Fornals trying to flick it into the path of Cornet. Battles with it. Fornals comes and collects it well. Good work from the 2 of them. Played down the line to Cresswell, tries to whip it in, and Antonio was there, but offside bell has been called. Offside bell? I'm confused. Bell eat the wax. Bell. Okay, look. Can't waste the bell power in this match. No bell, save till Sunday. If the save the bell can be used to on Sunday, yeah, we can. We can, Wes. That is a thing. See, the thing is that there's been okay, I'm going to put the bell vote in chat because there has been enough for the bell conversation to happen. But there's a significant pushback on the bell. Maybe save it for Sunday. Don't waste the power now. Let me know in pizza instead of bell. Wally, my God, I wish. My God, I wish. So let me know. We're going to put it in there. I'll tell you what, I'll give you until 72, something like that. Let me know. Let me know. We'll see how it goes. This might be the first time, maybe the second time the Bell vote has not passed. There might be just a sense of maybe we should save it for Sunday. Let's see how they feel. Save the Bell. Save the Bell. Bella's a treat for Charlie. Also, I'm not eating no wax. Cornet's been all right. Cornet's been all right, Lewis. Better in the second half than in the first. First half, I thought that he wasn't bad by any stretch of imagination. Just didn't get a lot of opportunities. Second half, he's got a lot more opportunities than he did, and he's done okay. He's done all right. Nothing unreal, but all right. What is the Bell? Just eat the wax. No. The Bell. We eat baby bells for luck, Charlie. Welcome, by the way. I love when someone doesn't know what the bell is and we're all shouting about bells and people are just like, what the hell are you going on about? Basically, baby bells are lucky. I'll explain it fully, maybe in like 5 minutes or so and see how it goes. But baby bells are lucky around here. And so we eat baby bells for luck. No bell tonight. We've got 20 more seconds. Make sure to get your vote in. I don't think the bell gods will be happy. For whom the bell tolls, love that. What on earth? Again, welcome. Again, welcome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And controversially, and maybe for the first time, I don't know if this has ever happened before, the vote does not pass. 62% to 38% say no on the bell. Bell has been denied. Now, you can call for another one in maybe 5 to 10 minutes. The bell poll could maybe be reactivated if it was going poorly and you felt like maybe we needed a reload of the vote. But at this point, the vote has been official. No bells. Hell's bells, yes. Yes, Jennifer. Yeah. We're there. Need the bell for Sunday. Okay. Finest use of democracy. Look, we're a democracy around here. We're a democracy that it only gets called upon when the chat call for it 3 times. Then I put the vote in the chat. If the vote passes, we go get the bell. If the vote does not pass, no bell. And that is the first time. I think there might have been one maybe, but I can't remember that we've actually denied the bell. But I can respect it. Yes, Judas. Yes. Oh, nice opportunity for Viborg. Maybe a little bit overhit to Said. He almost was through there, but he steps up to Johnson, takes it in, and the shot of it at the end of it was all kinds of wild. It was a nice opportunity from Said, but couldn't quite find that space. The ball through was nice, a little bit overhit. If he got the end on it and the end on it first time, it would have been beautiful. But he ends up cutting inside. He does well. Cuts inside of both Ben Johnson and Coventry's close enough to really close down his passing angles quite a lot. It would have taken an outstanding effort, but he goes for it. It's going to be a goal kick because it was significantly wide. That's the bell end. Exactly. Also, Charlie, to explain it to you, basically, it used to be oranges. Oranges used to be the lucky fruit, was the lucky food, because I had an orange once and then we scored, and then I had another orange and we scored again, and then I had another orange and we scored again. So oranges were the lucky thing for a while. And then I couldn't have oranges because my doctor said I was having too many oranges because I had stomach issues and it was the pH levels were all out of whack. So one day they were like, Charlie, do you have any circular food or whatever? So I had a baby bell and the same thing happened. And so now the baby bells are the lucky fruit. So if it's ever going poorly, if we ever feel like the team need a bit of a boost, then the chat can call for baby bells. If there is 3 or more people calling for baby bells at the same time, then I put the poll in the chat to say, do we bell, yes or no? And if it passes, I go and get a baby bell. We eat it for the power of the bell. But today it has not been passed. We need to save the power of the bell for when it's truly needed. I respect it. We need to respect the bell. You know what I mean? We need to respect the bell. Buy a bell multi-pack. Get a multi-pack for Villa. All right, listen. I'll sort it out. Before Sunday. I'll get some fresh bells in. Some fresh bell. You know what I mean? Really get it in there. Terry's chocolate orange for Villa. Stevie. I don't think you could eat it at the same time, but I don't think you could eat it in the same way. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Can't act like I don't want it. I can't act like I don't want it. 15 minutes to go. West Ham completely in control of this game, really. There's been a couple of times where they found a bit of space and time, Viborg. They finally sort of managed to pound it through, but they've left so much space around the back that we've just got opportunities. Mikel Antonio going for an emphatic shot there. It was never going to happen. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. At this point, we're very in control. Viborg compared to Villa, Bell all day, and bloody Wheeler stinking Bishop cheese. No, that's too much. That's too much. West Ham easily regain possession of the ball there. Connor Coventry laying it short. Maybe a controversial opinion potentially, but I thought Connor Coventry was better in preseason than Flynn Downs was, which was maybe why David Moyes has played him in the way he has played Flynn Downs, aka not really playing him at all. But West Ham win a free kick about just in front of the halfway line. Lanzini goes down. So yeah. Listen, that's a strong shout. Chocolate orange for the third kit. It's a strong shout. The Ox, is this a food show? It's not a food show. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Listen, we talk about food quite a lot. Red Leicester cheese is my point. I can't be dealing with it. Cheese, I'd say this now. Cheese is overrated, but the Bell obviously is a different story. But in general, we thought about carnivore. Listen, I accidentally went vegan in lockdown 1. That was fun. I really enjoyed it. I wish I'd done it earlier, but wow, JJ, controversial from JJ. I mentioned orange earlier. Mr. Enemy actually worked. I don't believe cheese ever did. JJ, that is a controversial opinion, sir. It's nice time and space for West Ham again. Should have maybe played it into Lanzini instead. Finds Antonio out wide on the left who just punts it over. Not going to lie. I thought maybe keep Skamaka. Maybe he's going to play on Sunday. I don't know. But just when you get into those positions, you know. Is Occo Flex coming on? Is it happening? It's so a food show. It just masquerades as a football watch along. It's really, we talk about football. Football is happening while we have a conversation about food. But it was just a silly superstition. Luckily, I don't believe in that sort of thing. Touch wood. Solid. It's good. It's good. It's good. They're trying to find a bit of space, Viborg, on the edge of the West Ham area, trying to shake themselves left and right. The ball comes in. It's Kera gets his head onto it. It wasn't comfortable. It's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner. Again, one of those ones where it doesn't really doesn't really shouldn't really have a corner. Oh, the Ox for the Sunday Bells. Thank you very much. I'll make sure we get them in, Ox. I will be heading off to the shops. Thank you very much to really get those in with the 449. Thank you very much, sir. It's very kind of you. Wasted corner straight away from Viborg, and West Ham regain possession of the ball once again. Thank you very much, York. Very kind of you for the Sunday Bells. We'll make sure to be getting them in. We're winning. That's the vibes we're carrying today, ladies and gentlemen. It's because we're winning. We can have fun today. Do you know what I mean? It's not a sad time. We can just have a grand old time, you know? Just stopping by to say Gianluca Scamacca is beautiful. He is a beautiful guy. He's a beautiful guy, Lucas. A beautiful guy with goals. A goal scorer. El Bagsmano. Das Uber Bagsman. You know what I mean? Goal getter. Etc., etc. Natello, that is very good work from you. That is very good work from you, and I respect it. Shot from range from Viborg. High and wide. I can't say I'm surprised, Reese. We'll see how it plays out, but I can't say I'm surprised. Also, it was a lot of money, to be fair. So we'll see how it ends up playing out. But Reese, appreciate the update. I can't say I'm shocked, though. We're making subs. Oh, my God, Okaflex. So Aaron Cresswell gives the armband to Angelo Bonner quite high up his arm. Shoulder band there for big Oggers. But here we go. Aaron Cresswell comes off and Kurt Zuma coming on in his place. Looks like we're going to maintain this 3 at the back formation, which raises a question: where will Okaflex play? If we're keeping that, which we seem to be, I should assume it'll be for Cornet. That's the one I would assume it'd be for, and he plays up front with Antonio in somewhere. We changed to sort of a 3 up front, being Okaflex, Antonio, and Lanzini, I guess. Armstrong, Okaflex coming onto the pitch for, or it could be for Lanzini. I think it is for Lanzini. It is. Fair play. Fair play. Be interested to see where Okaflex plays. Is he going to just drop into that 10 role? It's a good opportunity for him to get something going. As it is with Coventry and Downs, it's a good opportunity to get time in a competitive game against a team who really are going to try and go at you as much as they can. And in front of a manager who is, currently somewhat injury stricken. Big ball over the top. Oof. There was a moment there. I think was that Mikel Antonio who just pulled up? No, who was that? Cornet? Maybe just pulled up. Someone started striding after that ball. I couldn't tell who it was. I think it might have been Cornet. And then instantly sort of pulled up holding his leg. I'm trying to see now if I can see him, and I can't. It's a bit concerning there. Let's see if anyone else can notice that as well. I know. I'm scared. To be fair, I always felt like Paqueta was a bit beyond us anyway. I would have, like I said, he's one of my... I flipping love Paqueta. So I would have been very, 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 very happy if that was true. But any chance of giant baby bell for Spurs or Chelsea? I could look into it. Cornet. Yeah, I thought it was Cornet as well. Let me see if I can get I'll see if you can buy a giant baby bell. Just cut into it like a cake. Although that much cheese would probably be a nightmare for me. Moyes must be in a good mood to give Overclass 9 minutes. I know. We're in that sort of vibe. It's a throw to West Ham. Very deep in our own half, but under no real pressure. That usually means it'll go wrong for us because we're terrible at throw-ins. Oh, look, they regained possession. No, we got it back. Flynn Downs, let's go. Spreads it across. Big cross-field ball. And Okaflex sort of misjudged it, but picks up the ball on the opposite side anyway. And then losing out instantaneously. He sort of misjudged that one, but it's good interception there from Connor Coventry, who dinks it forward, looking for Cornet, who seems to be moving a bit more comfortably now. I think it was just maybe an initial... I don't know. It just didn't seem to go. It's in a giant baby belt Edam. I guess it would be, right? Did you get a big Edam wheel? I could do that. Okaflex did well to win the ball back, but then just completely sort of outrun himself. Not a most amazing first opportunity for Okaflex there, but still. Misjudges the crossfield ball, then wins it back, then loses it straight away. Sky Sports saying Paqueta deal is off. Yeah, we're hearing it more and more now. Hate. Strongly hate. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate your concern. I appreciate someone's... I appreciate it. Thank you. It wouldn't be surprising if the Paqueta deal is off, if we're being honest about it. Who do you think is better, Zuma or Matip? No biasness. On his day, Zuma. It's close, though. I really do like Joel Matip a lot. And he's big. He's a big boy. And I do like my big boys. But I'd say on his day, Kurt Zuma. When Kurt Zuma is on, when he's on form like he was for a lot of last season, he's unbeatable. He's so good. But he's obviously very injury prone and, Do you like fondue? I've never had one. Maybe that's the answer to just a constant stream of luck. Just a fondue at any point. We could just sort of put a bit of cheese in or whatever. You know? Remember, there will be a group stage draw tomorrow at 1:30 UK time, and I will be live on this very channel doing a stream of it. So if you want to know who West Ham do draw in the Europa Conference League group stage at 1:30 tomorrow, I would highly recommend you getting involved in that stream, because we'll be doing it together. We'll be good doing it together, and I'd love you to come and get involved in that. So subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on it. Whipped in from Viborg. It was a really nice opportunity, but just they cannot convert. It's not their day. It's not their half with this Viborg. We've done them in this second half in a big way. We've stepped up to them. We've made it happen. Look, they've had to come, and that was a really good opportunity. They even get their hand on it. They even get their head on it. Zoomers can't quite get there, and they get strong. They get not strong. They get a head on it. It's gone wide. It was a good opportunity for them. They stepped forward in the second half to try and make it happen, but unfortunately for them, it's been too late, and we've exposed them at the back. And this second half, it's been completely and utterly ours. It's been completely and utterly ours. Big punt forward, Antonio. Instant foul and a yellow card for Antonio, who looks at the referee with a look as if to go, what? He gave him one of those. He gave him a... Do you know what I mean? He gave him one of those, you know? Just a big arm swing. He rises up to try and sort of beat Boogie, Buggy, whatever his name is. I don't know. I apologize. Cornet injured. He did, like I said, when he did that run, he pulled up in a weird way. And I'm sort of been keeping an eye on him. He's moving all right now-ish. He seems to be moving okay now, but second half, we've had 6 shots. They've had 4 compared to the 9 they had in the first half, and we only had 4. We've been significantly better in this second half. No. If by we you mean West Ham, no chance. I don't even think we'll get top 6, but that's not even a negative thing. I've been saying that before the season even started. So it's not me looking at our performances now and going, we won't get top 6. It's me looking at it before and thinking, I think top 6 is beyond us. If you're saying PSG, then yes. I don't know who you support. I'm guessing I just looked at the PSG picture. What kit that was, by the way, the Jordan PSG kit. Oof. Yeah, it might have been cramp. There was something in his thigh. He sort of pulled up holding, I think his right thigh, maybe. I might be wrong about that, but played in from Viborg, cleared away from West Ham. Antonio drops deep, and the back pass is a bit all over the shop. Moving wild, Edward. You're moving wild, my friend, and I respect it. A lot of strong Antonio dislike coming in. We have a couple of minutes left of the game. So at this point, I'll ask you for your Hammers chat man of the match. Let me know the player you think from West Ham's perspective even has been the best, the most exciting, your favourite for the day. And whoever gets the most amount of votes that I see sort of on the chat as I look at it, this isn't scientific away. It's just more me judging on vibes. Hopefully, will win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match award. There's been a couple of people today who could win it. I suspect it will be a runaway between 2 of them. I suspect that's a good ball through for Viborg, but he's offside. Yatta was almost through, but couldn't quite make it there. But let's have a look while we're getting through to the end of that. And hey, while we do that, actually, I should shout out sponsor one more time. Shout out to James Stevens Associates. James Stevens Associates are a recruitment partner with, first and foremost, massive West Ham fans. Hence them sponsoring both the build-up and the watch-along this afternoon. So thank you very much, James Stevens Associates. They were specifically founded to help support housing associations, but are more than happy to support other West Ham fans with hiring needs on permanent contracts or fixed term. They recruit across regulatory compliance, governance, change and transformation, data, business operations, and senior appointments. So hey, if you're looking to get involved in recruitment, if you need help with recruitment, if you want something, get in touch with Daniel. Link in the description below to his LinkedIn and his email address. And hey, if you want a West Ham chat, hit him up as well. Thank you very much to James Stevens Associates, and shout out Daniel, my G. Let's have a look at some of these. Ham's chat man of the match. Scroll up to the top of this. Well, I think I can see scrolling up who it's gonna be. Ben Johnson, Benny, Skamaka, Ben Rama, Benny. You watch because you know Rice. Nice, Noel. Love that. Maybe I might give it a shot, Nutella. I might give it a shot. Benny Johnson getting another shout. Benny, Skamaka, Benny. Ben Rama, Benny, Ben Rama, Benny. Look at that. Benny Scambolio. Scambolio. I think, I don't know how to pronounce that. Skamaka. Benny. There we go. I think it's at this point it's fair to say congratulations to Saeed Ben Rama winning the Ham's Chat Man of the Match award. About 30 seconds away from full time. I'd like to remind you all as well that we were the only West Ham channel last season who did a watch along for every single game last season. We did build up, we did watch along, we did review for every single one. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos. On top of that, I would ask you to like the video if you haven't already. We've got past the 500, which is huge. We managed to do that in the second half. We got over 100 in the second half. We're at 526. So that's a huge effort from us all there to get over that figure. I didn't think that was going to happen. And as the full-time whistle goes, West Ham make it through to the Europa League conference stage, group stage. Ends up being a relatively easy second half, a slightly tense first, but a relatively easy second half, a professional performance. We'll take that all day. And if that front three had stayed on for a little bit longer, I felt like we could have got more. But in the end, we didn't need it. 6-1 on aggregate, 3-0 on the night. West Ham United go through to Europa Conference League group stage. The draw is tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. We will be live on this very channel talking it through with all of you. So if you haven't already, make sure to set your timer, set your alarm, hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out, so you can come and get involved with me because I'll be here doing it with you. But thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you all for coming. It's been a grand old time. We've managed to get a win. We got a win, got 3 goals. Skamaka scored, Antone flipping Souček scored, Cornet should have scored. Ben Rama had a great game. It's been a grand old time, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a grand old time. And we will, of course, be back on Sunday for the Aston Villa game. We will be back doing our full suite of match day coverage for that. So if you haven't already, make sure to plan to come back. I'd love to see you all again. However, until then, G will be doing a live watch, a review in just a moment. So thank you very much to Ryan twice and also the Ox. I'll be making sure to get those bells already and in check for the game. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, come on you irons. And I appreciate you all and love you all. See you later, everyone.